Live. Let's start getting this set up. I'm gonna grab the description. Boop. It is Saturday night, Sunday morning. The weekend is halfway over. Nobody likes to hear that. Let's go ahead and hit save on this. And then we're going to jump in here. And we're going to lay the description down. Boop. Oh, let's make sure we grab all the tags this time. Last time we didn't grab the tags till like almost halfway through the stream. So we got all the tags. Thumbnail, show more. Weird. We are tags. Boop. All right, tags are in. Now for the title. Let's see, we're going to say Lost. Oops. Is it freezing? Come on now. Lost Thunder Break. Espeon. Alt Vmax Break. Fossil. Japanese Break. Live card shop. There we go. With the save button. Oh, cool. And Mr. Mike Side was ready to post that. That's perfect. Okay, cool. So, how's it going tonight, guys? I started a little bit late tonight. It is a Saturday night. I was just enjoying my Saturday. I did not sleep at all. I stayed up the whole day and took about an hour nap just before it's time to go live. So, I'm pretty shot here. Very sleepy. I guess I did it because I wanted to actually hang out with my wife for once. I'm always sleeping on the weekends. What's up, Yolan? How long till Kingston asks if Venomous is here? Oh my god. I don't know. Oh, I was thinking the break could be Lost Thunder. So that's why I grabbed that. I was looking at all the different breaks we could do. It seemed like we hadn't done Lost Thunder in a while. Let's go ahead and get some more penny sleeves up. As you can see, we're almost out of these. Did you guys have a nice Saturday? What did you guys do for your Saturday? I had a pretty eventful Saturday. I was real busy. We went to a farmer's market. I bought like little carrots from a lady who farmed them in her backyard or something like that. I don't know. She's like, we don't use pesticides. I was like, okay. I bought a lot of stuff from her. She had like beets, radishes, carrots, onions. It was all covered in dirt though. I had to wash it. There. Sleeves. I'm at work on Saturday night. That sucks. I mean, I'm at work on Saturday night, so yeah, I guess I'm doing the same thing. Sucks for both of us, jeez. I need them, says Alex. Pesticides are where the flavor's at. Yeah. Actually, you know, it's nice hearing her say that. I'm tired of thinking that there's like this weird pesticide stuff on my food. Because everything I've learned about cancer these days, it all comes from like chemicals that we man-made, artificially made to do some kind of job. You know, maybe it's like fragrance, maybe it's deodorant, maybe it's preservatives for your food. And they're all cancerous. And I'm just thinking like, man, pesticides is probably like the king of cancer when it comes to food. And they're all using it. And yeah, it's odd that you have to like source your food carefully to make sure it wasn't covered in chemicals. Isn't that wild? Weird stuff. Weird stuff, man. But it was fun. We went to the farmer's market. It was nice and warm out today. It was like a perfect day, actually. And everything gives you cancer. I think that's somewhat true, Jeremy, but some things give you cancer a lot faster. Wouldn't you agree? What doesn't give us cancer nowadays? Fresh air, fresh water, untampered with wildlife, forests, I don't know. Growth hormones and livestock, the real carcinogen. Yeah, exactly. So it's like all these businesses are trying to do whatever they can to increase the capital income of their product. And so they're willing to tamper with the product in order to get it to grow faster or be larger or be cleaner or something weird like that. And it turns out all these chemicals are like bad for your body. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's pretty, if you look into it too much, it starts to be like, man, I can't do anything. It's all bad for me. Exhaust fumes from cars, you know, filtered water, cleaned water, I mean, treated water. Let's turn this down. What do we got here? Minecraft Valley scene. No, skip that. Trails and Tales Minecraft soundtrack. Very cool. Mute Mister's Rants. I'm going to have a sip. Well, you know, so I was at this farmer's market today. It was really nice. You're late, mister. I'm pissed. No Discord ping? Oh, thanks for reminding me. Let's do the Discord ping. Hold on. Okay. Jumping in here. Live card shop. Good point about the Discord ping. Boop. I can see people are in on the Squirtle giveaway. Very good. Now remember, that ends in 1 month. All right, I pinged the Discord. Farmer's Market fruit ain't even organic. Stop playing. I'm pretty sure these were. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these were. I don't know. It was like it was a rather small farmer's market. And these people were like really rural. I mean, Lake of the Ozarks is already rural. And yeah, it's just some little old lady selling carrots. She's like, I grew these in my backyard. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe she's a wolf in sheep's clothing tricking me. I don't think so. I just don't get that impression. But yeah, she was definitely not a business. You know what I mean? She was just some individual who cooks, who grows carrots. It was really interesting. All right, let's see. We need a price for this Lost Thunder before we actually start it. Bro, when did Lost Thunder get so expensive? My God, that's expensive. They bought them at the store and they sold them to you, telling you they were 100% organic lol. No, I'm confident that's not the case. It didn't look like the food at the store at all. I don't even know where you'd buy it looking like that. All the, wow, man, it's $22 a pack for this Lost Thunder. Bruh, we used to open this for like $14 a pack. Well, what do you guys think? Do you still want Lost Thunder? That's the Lugia set. Oh, man. It's all expensive. What the hell? Holy cow, man. Tomorrow I'm flying out to Idaho from California to go see my dad for the next 3 months, so expect a lot of orders. I have full access to my dad's credit code. Just yanking your chain, says Comic Addicts. 14 a pack, a steal. Well, back then, that was considered expensive. And I was telling people, I was like, well, you know, it's $14 a pack now. I'll wait until it goes up in price. And here we are. It's up in price now. It is up in price. Man, $22 a pack has me rethinking the box breaks. Uh-oh, when credit card statement come? That's wild, man. I feel like the cards weren't as expensive as this during the Sun and Moon era for cards like from XY era. Well, I tell you what, I've already got it out. I say we just go for it. Lost Thunder to the next box, everybody. I'm assuming everything else would be just as expensive, right? Wow, price of boxes is just so high. Holy cow, man. I don't like this one. Let's get a different one. How about this one? That looks nice. Well, yeah, that's nice. I'll give you $3.50. $22. Okay, let's get 36. So I had a real busy day. I did more than go to a farmer's market. We bought a boat. Yep, we went boat shopping and bought a boat. We already knew what boat we wanted, so it's just a matter of whether they're carrying it. That Sea-Doo Switch compact, the little tiny Tri-Toon. Yeah, we went and bought it. And we think it's going to be a fantastic small boat to play with in coves. But we probably won't drive it too far. So we bought it. And we finished paying for it next week. Right? So they take a down payment and then you finish paying it the next week. They're preparing it for us now. There's some assembly apparently. And then they put it in the water for us and we drive it home. There you go. Is that how much Evolution's Charizard is going for these days? Yeah, he's looking kind of like a deal now, isn't he? My wife says she wants me to Squirtle on her face tonight. Now, why would my wife want a Pokemon card on her face? Mister, I'll take that Zard for my birthday donation slab. All right, that's Kingston's birthday slab. Put that there. And we'll put this under here. All right. So, how's it going, guys? We got 86 viewers now. Boy, I'm tired, man. I did not go to bed at all. I am running on no sleep today. I just didn't go to sleep. I just stayed up. Now, that's not 100% true. I got about 1 hour of sleep because I went and I took a nap. So I got about 1 full hour. So I feel like trippy right now. I'm so tired. Because yesterday I got about 5 hours of sleep. So my sleep schedule is so terrible. I'm hoping that being this tired, though, will actually make me go to sleep after I have my walk today. That camel walks a mile for Mickey. Okay, one of the breaks. Jeff Leon's birthday slab has $19 left on it. Espeon Vmax. All right, so that's the big break in my opinion. This guy right here is probably the popular thing that'll move. Now, this is what's interesting. That's $14 a spot. Lost Thunder's $22 a spot. Makes you wonder, just go for the Espeon, you know? We're definitely in a time period where slabs are the move, because slab breaks are the move, because the boxes are just getting so expensive in my opinion. Okay, Mickey Mouse card. Lovely. That's that vintage Mickey. Okay, there's a Naughty Girl break. Weiss Girl break. And then we got some mini breaks. This Abra, PSA 9 first edition, and this Beedrill reverse holo only has 1 spot left. Okay, cool. So that's all the breaks. Oh, also this fossil pack. Here's the fossil pack with just Ryan Shapiro in it. Okay. Pull a Dragonite, a Gengar, or a Mew out of there. All going for around 600, I think. Here's the Espeon break. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 people in the Espeon break. So that is how far that's moved. You know, when that's over, we pick a new breakout. Maybe that Charizard. I don't know. Okay. I want to order more live customs, but last time I finally got a poll. You switched it out saying there was a mistake. No! I'm sorry, man. Yolan says, accidentally sent $2. Sorry, mister. I need a 7-foot-tall goth chick with big boobies to stomp my skull. Wow, you got some really specific interests in people, huh? All right, so let's see. I think we had to check prices on these. Is this one correct? Let's see if this one's correct. So what is that? That's a pristine Pikachu. Dark Phantasma. Oh my god, he's gotten more expensive. Oh, that's a perfect 10. Hold on. Wait. Give me a minute. Okay. Let me try PSA 10. There are no pristine 10s of him. All right, so if you're buying him with PSA, he's a little bit cheaper, but there is no pristine 10 for sale. But I'm going to come close to that PSA price because I think people consider a PSA 10 and pristine 10 pretty close. I hear pristine 10's harder to get though, but we want to remain competitive. This is going to be 80. Okay, so Pikachu is a little bit cheaper. What you notice is he's not a lot cheaper. Can I have that $25 slab for my birthday slab? Oh, yeah, let me go get it. 8-foot chick with big boobies for me, please. Gonna have to write negative feedback for the first time on TCG Player, all over $3 of cards. What? Let me turn this down a bit. That was loud. Holy cow, man. Negative feedback. Time his ass out, Alex. You're a towel. Chat suffers, says Alex. All right. So, here we go. Let's start with the orders. Time for the orders, everybody. I'm going to hit refresh. We start with ZELLE, right? So, ZELLE goes first. I got all these junk emails. I'm going to throw them away. Boop. Now, we have a Brad Bettle order towards my slab away. $50. You got it, Mr. Brad? It is Sunday morning, Saturday night. How are you guys? It's the late night stream. Brad Bettle's Dark Vileplume goes from worth 35. My 50 to 85. Boop. All right. Perfect. That was the only ZELLE order for now. Let's go over here and take a look at the PayPal orders. We have Vahan Gavandian, pre-order $80 to my slab away. Vahan Gavandian also making a payment to a slab away. Okay, Mr. Vahan has Melazard 9. This goes down to $100. Boom. Thank you, Mr. Vahan. Very good. Luke Robson. Been a while, sorry. So bag may be far back, but it's a decent size. 1 PokeBRUH, 1 live custom. Bag is Luke Robson. Please, while you do this, order quote for shipping to UK and without the reverse hollows. Many thanks. Okay, Luke Robson, huh? So if we're going to quote you for shipping, I say we go looking around, poking around for your bag. What do you think? Let's see what you guys have to say. Mike says, congrats on the boat. We better get a video of you guys ripping it. Yeah, it was surprisingly cheap. It was not as much as it was advertised on Sea-Doo's website. It's a brand new boat, and they said $24,000, and I could have sworn the website had said $30,000. So I'm very pleased with that. Yeah, pretty happy. Yeah, it's actually affordable. Remember, we don't have 2 vehicles. We just got 1 vehicle. We got no car payment. We got two incomes. So this is not actually that hard of a financial burden on us. So we're very excited to have a boat soon. And we're going to take the older boat, the one we didn't like, and probably just sell it. Luke Robson, huh? How old of an old bag is this? Super old? Hopefully not super old. Lewis Laura, Linda, Trafford. Oh, there we go. Oh, Luke, you just saved your bag, honestly, because your bag was 2 months out from being a year old. Okay, we'll remove this. This will be nice. I'll take a look through these for potential giveaway grades. Okay. Need something like that. I'm all out of giveaway grades. And, or giveaway cards from TCCG. And that's because I gave them away today at a local nerd market, it was called. So there's a little gaming community out here in Camdenton. They have a little building. They play some games together. And it's not a for-profit company. So I told the owner I'd donate some cards to him. So I took a number of slabs and just donated them to the owner, including all my remaining giveaway slabs. So I'm all out of those now until John comes back and John helps me get some new ones graded. All right, so Luke, your shipping is really decided also by the number of slabs you have. Do you remember if you have slabs, Luke? Let's see, what time did he put this in? 6 hours ago. Okay, Luke Robson's not here. Mr. So Kind. Yeah, I gave him a booster box. I gave him a gigantic box of bulk, which they were all very impressed by. But I'm like, this is just like trash for me. This is some trash cards for me. It's kind of interesting because there were other card guys there selling cards. And I was like, wow, man, I could have been selling cards. Catch up the bulk line before giving more giveaway slabs. Catch up the bulk line. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I hear you. Well, you know, it was the case about, what do you want to say, 3 weeks ago, roughly, that John was essentially out of cards to grade. We were like all the way caught up, except for some mail-ins. And I've lowered the price down to $7. That's our lowest price ever. And then John also just sort of like stopped working as many hours. I maybe like voluntarily. He says it's his sleep schedule. But so now there's a nice fat line again for card grading. So Luke Robson, if this is all you got, it's a $20 shipping. If this is all you have. If you even have like 1 or 2 slabs, this goes right over 8 ounces. So this is right on the edge, okay? Yeah, it's cardboard. Cardboard's quite heavy. Let's get you a PokeBRUH and a live custom. You ready? Here goes. He ordered a PokeBRUH and a live custom. John killed 3 men in a bar with a pencil. Why is Little Caesar's pizza so damn expensive? Here in Texas, it's $8 for a large. Ooh, nice. You got one of these Tops packs. I love these Tops packs in the PokeBRUH. So these are typically really, really high quality Tops cards that I just freshly pulled. Yeah, take a look at that. Oh, yeah, this is a high quality Tops. These are the common and commons. I give them away just to be nice, but I could easily just store these for years in a box and grade them at my luxury. And they're like the easiest to grade common and commons ever. So like these are very high chance of a high grade. John needs to buy a 17-pound brisket and smoke it in a smoker. That sounds fun. I wonder if John would be interested in coming over and running a barbecue for me and Karis, and maybe we can try to invite some local people over. I want to hang out more with John, but we gotta have like a whole party, because I think if it's just me, my wife, and John, it's just sort of like imbalanced or odd or somehow, you know what I mean? Because my wife and I really enjoy each other's private company, and I think John would feel like a third wheel. But he's going to be invited when the boat comes over, by the way. So when the boat actually makes it to our dock, he's going to be invited to come play on it. Here we are. We took him out on the other boat when he first came over here. $8 hot and ready laxative. Sounds like a good idea. What? How many people are in the Espeon break? Yeah, it was like 14 people, which means 22 spots remain. It's a really nice break, and it is moving. Here we are, Luke Robson. Oh, man, actually, you know, that makes your bag just a little heavier. That's funny. I wonder if... I think it's fine. I think it's still under 8 ounces. Oh, Luke. Oh, no. Now your bag is heavy. Now your bag is a $40 shipment. Let me show you what you pulled. You pulled a cool one, man. Now you definitely have a heavy bag. All right. There it is. You got one of the Pokemon battling coins, graded professionally by NGC. These are old, rare, vintage Pokemon coins, 1999. I had these as a kid, along with Topps cards and everything else, and so I was so familiar with them already that when I got back into collecting, I'm like, man, I need to grade some of these. Are those from the same Topps box that's on the menu? No, those Topps cards are from my little personal collection of Topps booster boxes that are going to get open over time, looking for a Rainbow Zard. All right, so this is yours now. Luke, $40 shipping now. That's funny as hell, man. Gorgeous coin. Yeah, these are really rare, and I love them a lot. You know, I haven't looked into prices on these in a while. I probably ought to. Last time I checked, there had been like an Aerodactyl that sold for like a whopping $100. I just got back, says Comic Addict. Is that a coin? It is a coin. Okay, Luke, and we need to update his bag so his bag does not get snatched. Remember, guys, you cannot leave a bag on the table for a full year. If you leave it there for a full year, we call it an abandoned bag, and then it becomes a donation. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by taking your bag, so be sure not to leave it over here for a year. A year is a very long time. I think I'm very reasonable on that subject. You just can't leave anything here for a year. It's kind of crazy. Okay, here's a new one. Battle coin with the Onyx, huh? The battle coins have exclusively been a live customs thing. Graded by NGC, I see. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. We typically have at least one coin in the box. I have more of these waiting to grade whenever I run low. One easy life hack, leave your card back for 364 days and then buy some Pokemon, get to him every time. Oh my god, dude. I wouldn't do that either, because there is a risk that I count the days wrong and confiscate a bag at 364 days. In fact, I wouldn't even let it get down to the 12th month. That's just a bad idea in general. You know? Because I don't write down specific days on the bag. I don't write like 6/23/23, 6/15/23 or anything like that. I don't write down the specific days. All I look at is, are we 12 months out? That's all I look for. So be careful with that. If you're going to handle my bag, you better buy me dinner first. Well, you better take me out to eat, Mom, because I like to be wined and dined before I get fucked. Cartman. Carlos, back from the void. So this is how the live customs work. There's the Onyx. This is 2 packs. That's 40 bucks. There's a cold pull. And here's a hot pull for the Onyx. See? So you want to pull the Onyx. But he's in there for $40 now. Now we put him back here like this. So now he's in the box. And then this goes up with the other slabs. He might not get pulled for a long time because you might just not get lucky enough to pull him. Beedrill anyways. Are we still there? Are we still there? Rip Pokemons. Says here we're still connected. Are you guys having trouble? Circle of Death. On my screen it says we are still connected and fine. Yeah, the Streamlabs actually tells me if there's a problem. Many people gone? No, it says the same number of people are here. We're back? Wow, it's so crazy. You guys are saying that it's crashed. My screen says everything's perfectly fine. Weird. Did you guys see Sven Jansen's poll? Sven Jansen, you got a cold live custom. Yeah, I don't know if you... He says, Mistress, is this my order? We missing 30 seconds. 30 seconds? Oh my god. Yeah, so Mr. Dan, your card was a cold pull. Shoot, man, I didn't even know you guys couldn't see it. You pulled a useless Disney card, and I immediately threw it in the trash. So unfortunately, your card was a cold pull. I didn't realize there was a lag spike. No, we didn't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's out of the box now, though. So it was a cold pull. I apologize that you did not see it, Sven. I did not realize we were having a lag spike. Hand orange. I was just about to put you in here now, because that's the second part of your order. On my screen, it says we never lost connection. So you know what, Sven? I tell you what, when the video gets uploaded, try rewatching that portion of the stream. Maybe you can see it when it's been re-uploaded. I am sorry. There we go. That's wigged. It's probably recorded. So after the stream's over, you should probably be able to go watch it. Okay, Sven Jansen. For me, it didn't say that we ever lost connection. That's wild. See, if it had said that we had lost connection, I just would have waited. My grandma likes to kiss me with a little tongue with strong eye contact. Is this normal? Mr. pulled the willy and the computer crashed. I'm pissed. You messing with me? Says Sven. I'm not messing with you, Sven. I guess there was a lag spike, but I was just doing my job. I opened up the next pack. It was a cold card. It was a cold pack. And so I threw the junk card away. I normally do that. I tossed the junk card away out of the live customs, and then I moved on to putting you in here. Yeah, you really got a cold one. I apologize. I wouldn't do any kind of trick on you, Sven. I like you too much, so that's just what it was. Now that's crazy. Oh, we're pissed, mister. You can rewind, says Nem. Yeah, try rewinding, see if that works. Haha, those live customs, though. They're tough. Live customs, if you think about it, if you have a $100 card, that means there's 1 hit and 4 cold pulls. So that kind of shows you what your average odds might be. You know what I mean? Because many cards come close to $100. Ooh. Man. I know, just joking, yeah. Mister, you still losing weight? Yeah, so the scale says I'm making progress, and I'm happy for it because I need to lose weight. You know, I was driving home today, and there was an old man running with his shirt off in the heat, the summer heat. He was ripped, dude. This guy's got white hair. His hair's gray, and he's in way better shape than I am. And it's like embarrassing. I'm like driving by him going, damn, this old guy's ripped. And I'm some fat, sit around sedentary lifestyle kind of guy. So I'm so motivated to get in way better shape than I currently am. But we've been going strong for almost 2 months now, working out, doing these long walks in the morning, the hour-long walks up and down the hills. So he was jogging too. It was really impressive. I mean, it's got to be like 90 degrees out today, and he was jogging, and he had like the chest muscles and everything. So he's obviously some probably wealthier, older guy, and all he has to do these days, he's probably retired, all he has to do is stay in shape and look good on his boat. You know, because that's one of the things you see out here. If you go to the restaurants with all the boats, there's a lot of guys who are in shape because all they do is work out so that they can look good while they drive their boats. So I got to do that too. I'm really motivated. All right, we have 6 corrupted art, 1 live custom. Can everyone see? Here goes. Ah, that's cold too. I'm sorry. Cold live custom. There we go. He might be a construction worker. He looked to be at least in his 50s. He had to be in his 50s. Based on his hair, he looked like an older man, for sure. And I'm just looking at him going, dude, this guy's in better shape than I am, and he's in his 50s. He's like 20 years older than me. So, you know, I need to step it up, guys. I need to get in good shape. But there's been a lot of progress. I told you guys, the scale claims that I'm down 20 pounds. Nicholas, stop with the really big order. He says 400 tore my slab away. Well, that explains it. So there's a slab away payment. You got it, Mr. Nicholas. What do you got on yours? Let's see. Nick Tucker. Oh, I don't see a Nicholas. Hold on, let me hit enter here. Nicholas, stop. 400 tore my slab away. It's not a reclaimed one, is it? There's a Nicholas Gruber. Oh, Nicholas, you had a Snorlax. I think I know what Snorlax that is. I wonder if I could just go find it. So, Nicholas, your Snorlax got canceled, man. It says here got put away in October. And so we're like, I don't remember how long ago October is, but I'm pretty sure that's more than 6 months out. Yeah, I mean, I can try to go find it. I don't think anyone else put it away, so it might still be floating out there. I'm going to go looking for a Snorlax, guys, because he's just made a big payment on a slab that I had repoed. Yeah, you slabbed it away all the way back in October, dude. And so the 6 months was up. Wait, I think this is it right here, isn't it? This is it. This guy right here? He said he paid of the year. He paid for a year hold? Wow, interesting. Well, I think we're in a good situation then, because here he is. I'm pretty sure that's the one, isn't it? That might just be some luck, because no one else slabbed it away after I took it down. Is that the one? I think that's the one. He said he paid for a year, huh? That's the one. Whew! Okay. Crisis averted. I'm sorry about that, Nicholas. It doesn't say you put it away for a year. So that's very important. That's a learning moment. If somebody slabs away a card for a full year, it's very important that we definitely put it down as a full year. Otherwise, it will accidentally get repoed. So this should say October to October then. And this just went down to 225. Damn, dude. I am glad we found it. Oh my God, man. Because you just came in and made a big payment. So you really put it away for a year? Let me just double check that, because I want to see my mistake. And that will help me feel worse about it. You know what I mean? It is quite possible you put it away for a year and then I just did not see that. Yeah. But let me go look that up. Hopefully it didn't happen to another one. Yeah, well, exactly. We can't have that happen ever. So, you know, this is how life works. You make a mistake and then you learn for it. But let's see. So, Nicholas, stop. Oh, so you wanted to switch your Sabaway over to a Snorlax. So, I have a message from you right here. So, swapping cards in Sabaway, I bet you the older card, here it is. Please switch my Sabaway to the first edition Snorlax. I bet you the previous card you had a year long on it, and then I bet you when I created the Snorlax listing, I accidentally deleted the previous listing. Okay, let's see. Let me just see if you put the Togetic away for a year, because Togetic was the previous card. This is why I'm researching it, to make sure I don't accidentally make this mistake again in the future. Slab away the Rocket Togetic. You did not have a year on it, because I just found the Togetic payment, and in between that and the Snorlax payment, there's no order that says put the Togetic away for a year. So maybe you intended to put it away for a year, and then on your side, maybe you never did that, but you thought you had. But it doesn't matter now, because you're here and the card is still available. All right, so I did not see that extension. All right, Nicholas. I like to know that, because it's very important for me to not make a mistake like that. I'm like the bank right now, and if the bank is making any mistakes, that's very bad. There you are. Maybe you made the payment in another way, like a ZELLE or something like that, but Between the swap to the Snorlax and the Togetic, I didn't see an extension. Okay. Nicholas, I'm happy, though. This is a happy ending for this card. I'll give you the year anyways. So we'll say October 23. And then let's get this music played again. All right. This goes back up here. Sweet. So you got about 225 on that one. I keep Gatorade bottles by my feet while I'm gaming to collect piss. Oh my God, that's gross. I used to joke when I was at working at Target, because I was this young man. I'm like, I want a woman like a big Gatorade bottle. Can I slab away 2 cards, please? Just 1, okay? We make some rare exceptions. An exception would look like this. Let's say this is the reverse holo Pikachu, and Dark Phantasma also has a reverse holo Raichu, and they're both graded 10. So I would put those 2 together and say, you know, this is a pair. But what you couldn't do is you couldn't take 2 hot cards like this one and this one and pair them together. They're separate cards. So, and there's a good reason for that, because if you could just slab away every good card, well, everyone would double their slab away to be whatever the best card is on the table, and then all the good cards would be taken. No one would have a chance. So we got to give other people a chance to have a nice card. Oh yeah, let's get the rest of that order. 2 Lost Origin. Here we are. Welcome back, man. There's the Lost Origin. Beedrill slab is over. Oh, right. Sven Jansen finished the Beedrill slab. I'm all distracted. I'm sorry. I want a woman like a 5-gallon jug. Like a 5-gallon Gatorade jug. That's exactly right. And I used to, when I worked at Target, I was like a little fireball. I'd go crazy fast. I'd get all my work done so quickly. Managers loved me. They were like, dang, that guy does like 2 people's work. And I'd carry around a big jug of water or a big jug of Gatorade, and I would just chug that like crazy while I was working. And so that's why I would jug. I'd be like, I want a woman like my Gatorade bottle. Just nice and big. I found it so funny. All right, here's Blip Bug. Things are getting weird. I'm pissed. Mr. Amazon drivers have confirmed they piss in Gatorade bottles to avoid missing their delivery times. Look it up. I mean, that's almost relatable, because I remember working for Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola was all about how quickly you could get things done. But luckily for me, my work occurred in stores a lot, so they always had public restrooms. But man, I would go to the bathroom so fast that I could get everything done. It was not relaxing. You're like, I don't have time to go to the bathroom. I got to go to the next store. That's how you felt constantly. Every day you felt like that. Because, you know, that's how they designed those schedules. They don't design those schedules for you to take a comfortable 20-minute bath break where you're just like pampered and like, you know, it's not designed for you to enjoy yourself at all. They just want you to go, 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 go. Every single day of your life till you die. You know what I mean? That's no way to live. They want the productivity of the worker to be unbelievably high. And that's because they got to make a profit. And the profit, not just a profit, but the best profit. So they don't really care who you are or how you feel. They just care about, it's like a game. So they just care about getting higher numbers in a video game. They don't give a crap who you are. They're like, maybe this will just work itself out. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Let's see. Mr. Nicholas. I don't miss working in retail. Aha, found you. All right. Nick, I'm going to toss you a bonus card, okay, since you're back, and I'm happy that you're on that Snorlax again. So here we go. Let's see what you got. Oh, Litwick, very cute. I'm a waiter. Some people shouldn't eat out because they're mean to the waiter. Here we are. If they're mean to the waiter, they're going to be mean to you, so never date somebody who's mean to the waiter, in my opinion. Even people who are nice to the waiter might end up being mean. All right, there we go. Mr. Nick. Nick says, you're the best. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Okay, so break on this Beedrill now. Beedrill only had 4 spots. He's a fast one. If I had to be a waiter, I would definitely just want to work at a restaurant that has a really nice clientele. I would want them to be wealthier, so they can't be like, you know, I wouldn't want to be a waiter in the poor part of town, I'm saying. I want to be a waiter in the wealthier part of town. I want them to be polite. I want them to be middle-aged, no kids. That's what I would want. They got all this money left over to tip. They're like, I don't care, I'm rich. That's where I'd want to be a waiter. I've gone out to eat a lot, and I see some waiters work much harder than others. I wouldn't want to be in one of those restaurants where you have to work super hard, probably for the same amount of money. 1, 2, 3. You got it, Yolan. All right, here goes. Drew? Nope. Matthew White? Nope. Matthew Penna? Yep. Ah, you just missed it, Sven. Matthew Penna takes it on spot number 3. You think Hooters waiters get disrespected? Yeah, but kind of in a good way. Respect is overrated, you know. If somebody finds you super attractive and they're like, hey, baby, let me have that booty cheeks, it's not the end of the world. You're working at Hooters voluntarily. What are you expecting? You're working at a restaurant where your job is to kind of show off your body. It's like asking if more misogynists go to the strip club than they do to church, and it's like, probably, I don't know. You know what I mean? I bet you those girls at Hooters get better tips than the average waiter. How about that? Talk about that. That's unfair. All right. They know what they're doing. Let's grab this. Hooters waiter. I can make more money in a night of serving than I ever made at a factory or warehouse. Nice, man. How big a Hooters we talking? My first edition Dark Anger for Neo Destiny got a PSA 10. Should I hold or sell? Hold. Hooters waitress. If it's one you pulled yourself, you should hold it, man. Because you'll regret it if you sell it, in my opinion. There we go. All right. Women make more than men at certain jobs. True. Yeah. All right. I never get salty about that kind of stuff. No one should. Who cares? It's just how it is. It's just a market, guys. And you're a commodity in that market. It's true. You know, you're out there whoring your body out one way or another. All right, there it is. Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite and Sabrina Zabra. These are really cool. These are both from Gym Heroes, their first edition of vintage common cards. You have a chance to pull one for $5. It's pretty neat. We didn't check the price on this. I need to do an update on that. Supreme Victors. God, that's a cool looking card, man. Speaking of Hooters, y'all seen that movie Total Recall with that chick with 3 jugs? Tans women get paid more than women. Tans? I think you meant a different word. At serving at least doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. Well, they get paid more on OnlyFans too, right? Were you doing Rip and Ship in 2014 too? No, I think I started in 2019. I think that's when I officially started, was 2019. All right. I don't know what I was doing in 20, whatever year. So, okay, let me get a price for this guy. So we're going to look up PSA 10 on him instead. All right. Wow, he's way cheaper in a PSA 10. Okay. So we're going to be lowering the price by a lot. Where did I come up with that price? That must have been like some crazy buy it now price. I'm going to see what I paid for him as well, real fast. Okay. Okay. So you ready? So this guy getting a big price update because the PSA price on this is a lot lower than that price that we just had. I don't know how the crazy prices get made up, but sometimes they get made up. This is pristine, right? Okay, so that's pristine, and he is going to be $145. Wow, that's like half the price. There it is. Actually, you know, I'm holding this in my hand, and that feels like a much more reasonable price, $145. There it is. Very good. Charizard. This Squirtle. Did we check the Squirtle? We checked this one? I feel like we did. Delta Species Squirtle. These are all new slabs up on the table, so we're price checking them. That's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, he's fine. His price is fine. Okay, cool. Next up, Christine. I wanted to know how much is a pack of slab sleeves would cost me. Yeah, they would be $16, Miss Christine. 16. Yolan to Jampins. 150 toward my slab away. 5 Wheat Cross, 5 Naruto. You got it. Sounds like you got some store credit. Let me go look into that, Yolan. It doesn't bother me that women can make more money than men. It bothers me women think they don't need men in general. We need each other. Let's see. We're a species that needs each other. You're now yelling. No, sent the wrong amount. Oh, I was looking for a store credit card, and I'm like, what is going on here? Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, there it is. Sorry, here's the real amount. Okay, cool. So let's take another look into this then. So 150 towards your slab away. Mr. Yolan. Yolan. Here it is. And this goes down by 150. That'd be 350 remaining. Oh, hold on. Let me use a calculator to make sure I don't mix this up. It would not be. 310. There we go. Doing my math a little bit wrong there. All right, 310 it is. 5 Wheat Cross, 5 Narutos. You got it. If you grade a slab that has no prior last sold listing, how do you go about choosing a reasonable price? I don't know. Maybe that's what happened with the Dust Nora. Maybe I didn't know what to do on it. Or maybe there was only one for sale and it was like really overpriced. But, you know, the audience will know not to buy it because they'll go, I don't feel like buying that. And then when you come back a month later or 2 months later, the price has fallen. So that's kind of how a market works. If you see a price on a card and make your pee-pee wiggle, go grab it. Okay, let's see. Ever consider opening more sports card varieties? Yeah, sport cards. I try not to let the sport cards take over the stream. I think that it would be very interesting if we had a sport cards, sort of a sport cards separate stream. Imagine we had another guy who works as like a partner with me, maybe like a sales rep, and he runs a sport stream where he only sells sports, right? And it could be set up multiple ways. He can either receive a salary or he could receive a commission. And I don't know. Yeah, that'd be cool. My peepee don't wiggle. It's just hard. We need to show Simps who's the boss. Sorry, I meant sister, says Tax the Epic Boy. I bet I could find somebody like that out here to do it. We can educate you as you go. Got to start somewhere and buy plenty of sports. Yeah, well, I think if I was to get somebody to do that with me, I need somebody who loves to talk, somebody who has a deep knowledge of cards. Yolan. Carnival Memoria. Take off Wheatcross Robo. Pick me, says Tack. Wait, why did I sleeve that one? Hyacinth, natural plant. Tuna mayo. Oh, God, that sounds gross, dude. And Oomer with the little signature. There we go. Okay, very cool. Those are your Wheatcross. The Good Sport products are not available in retail stores. Yeah, I mean, I imagine there's a whole economy, a whole world to sport cards. But we're really more into, like, nerdy, like, anime, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, that kind of stuff, Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is not the right stream for a lot of sport openings because those nerdy guys often don't watch sports. And sometimes the sport guys don't watch all the nerdy anime stuff. However, you know, I feel like it would be smart to try and capture some of the sport card market because one thing I understand really well is how to do a stream setup, how to do a card shop live. So it seems like a wasted skill not to have a competing sport thing. Siphon some of the sales away from some other guy. Oh, look at that. That looks cool, man. All right. Yo, goddamn right. No Metapod. No Metapoo, though, so Space Jesus. Just make sure you scream, "It's a banger," every time you get a pull, lol. I think a girl is better for CCGs other than sports if she were to host. Well, one of the reasons why I would like to have a girl streamer is because I feel like I'm already a little bit of a dude bro. You know what I mean? It's kind of a sausage party in here, and it's nice to have that sort of variety. So if you listen to me all day long, you might want something very different from that. But I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong thinking. Maybe you want a guy who's exactly like me. Maybe that's smarter. A guy with an extremely similar personality. Here we are. Actually, maybe we could have a girl host a stream with like a really specific card sets that are maybe more directed toward girls. You know, because I think if there was a stream with mostly like only women in it, I think that would actually be popular. Here we are. I feel like guys make a place feel uncomfortable for women. You know what I mean? Because guys, we immediately make it sexual. Here we are. I had 6 sisters, okay? I'm familiar with all this kind of stuff. I understand this stuff. I had 6 sisters, 6 of them. Girls like to have their time away from the boys. But I don't think it would actually work out that way, would it? You know? You'd have, there'd be a bunch of guys there either way. But I don't know. Maybe you could create some kind of culture or feeling. Is this pre-recorded? Be sure it has a face cam. That's where the sales will be. Wet t-shirt while she helps you. Throw this over here. All right. Yolan to Jampins. Well, we had that issue and still do. You mean Vienna Sausage Fest? Oh my God. Yes. The Vienna Sausage Fest. I blame Kingston, says Alex. Mr. Yolan. Doo-doo. Okay, and you got a bag over here. Maybe something that's more child-friendly. Baggie in the box with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Shop. Ta-da! This baggie. Basically just you and another bag. You got the whole box to yourself. How big a sausage are we talking here? What's up, Obeezy? Can you sing the My Little Pony theme, please? My Little Pony. Put this over here. Oh, and now we have Tiago Francisco. 1 live, 5 astral, 1 evolving. Whoa, that's kind of a pricier order. You ready? So here's an evolving. 5 astral. Oh, we haven't opened a lot of astral in a while. I wonder why that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's astral. And 1 live custom. Boop. Oh, you got mag. Mag, huh? That sounds like Magnemite. Nice. You got a hit from the live customs. Let's see what you pulled. Not on that side. Mister, what's your cheapest slab? What's my cheapest slab? Oh my God, look at that. Beautiful, man. Great card. That is a Magnemite 9 with a big, fat, beautiful swirl. I don't know. Dude, that's very pretty. All right, Diego, let's see what you pull here. Astral Radiance. Okay. The average sausage in America is about 5 inches of full Vienna. What? Steep. My mom won $100,000 on Wheel of Fortune. What? Dick measuring nice. The smallest dong wins a slab. Oh, would that be considered a pity pull? Here's Verizion. There you go. Absol. Cleavor Magnezone. Ordeer. All right, Tiago. You bought a nice Verizion. Now, you didn't say if you had a bag or not. Did you already have a bag? Does your mom need a sugar baby? Hey, mister, do you play sports? I played a lot of I played a lot of sports when I was younger. I really like sports. I don't play any sports now. I'm too busy. And I don't have like a friend group to play with. There we go. Ooh. Okay. So with the T. T. Over here. Size doesn't matter if women can pleasure themselves with a finger. Keep telling yourself that, Mike. I have decided that it matters. there's a limit. I think that women are probably a lot more shallow than we. I think women are just like men, essentially, in the way that they care a lot about looks. They care a lot about you being tall enough, that kind of stuff. If a girl could know your pee-pee size, if you had to write it on your forehead, I bet you lots of guys would get passed over just like height. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you'd be in trouble. There'd be a group of guys who would never get any play. They'd be like, oh, he's got kind of a average size pee-pee. Move on to the next guy. Ooh. These are these Cardos cards. They're coming off the table. All right, because that's why I've been doing it. They're removing these. When you pee in a public bathroom and someone pees right next to you, do you keep staring at the wall in front of you or down at your crotch? Oh, good question. What you do is you lean over and you say, nice cock. Ooh, lovely king. Nido king. Pee on ya. It's pee on ya. Here's the charity card. Donate $1 to it. Do we open the Rainbow Lugia or what? Lost Thunder has just begun as a break. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I updated the menu for that, now that I think about it. Active breaks, box break. Lost Thunder. Are we back? We're back. Woohoo! Streamlabs app is not perfect, man. Yeah, that Streamlabs app doesn't work all the time. What's interesting about the Streamlabs sort of like lag spike is I can still totally send you guys messages. You know what I mean? So what does that tell you? It tells you that the it's not truly down. We back for Bleck. Mr. uses McDonald's Wi-Fi. I truly don't, but I actually pay quite a lot for my internet. I think I pay like over $100 a month for their best internet package. I don't know why it would be so tricky all the time, but you know, we have an extension coming for the camera, the iPhone, which is going to allow us to hook an Ethernet cable up to the iPhone directly. We're going to try this out. We've got a converter for an Ethernet cable, and then I got real long Ethernet cable. We're going to run that over to the phone, and it's going to be a what do they call that? A wired phone or something like that. So we're going to try a wired connection soon, and hopefully that gets rid of some of the lag. Mr. McDonald's Wi-Fi sucks ass. Hey, we have another DP in here. How many packs in a box have we crossed? I think it's a total of 24 packs in a box. My PB looks like an inch, but smells like a foot. Remember, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. See, that's why I'm saying, DP, I think that that's actually wrong. I think if guys had to write their PP size on their forehead, girls would get real picky about PP size, just like they get picky about height. I watched all those, I've been watching all these clips and things on the internet and YouTube and TV, and I'm starting to realize girls are pretty, I think they claim to care more about things like personality or stuff like that. I don't think it's true. I think men are real shallow about how they pick women, and I'm starting to think women are real shallow about how they pick men. It's just, you gotta look good, and that's it. That's it. Look good or don't have sex. All right, so we've got Octavio Melendres, 30 for slab away. What's up, Octavio? Mr. Octavio. 98 minus 30, so this is 268. Boom. Updated. 5 across times. Oh, those are new. Okay. I just sold a Pionia for 235. May want to check the price, or I got lucky. Oh, I need to look that up. You're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, all those Japanese girl cards have gone up. You're right. I need to check that price. We'll take a quick look at it. Because these were priced, these cards were priced a while ago, and they are back on the table. Nope, this price appears to be correct. Let me check PSA 10. Oh, what the hell? Whoa, there's a huge price discrepancy between the CGC price and the PSA price. Wow. That doesn't really make sense to me. So if this was a PSA 10, this would be $300. But the CGC 9.5's just $90. Crack it out and cross-grade it? Guess we're cross-grading this. That or... yeah, I don't know. How can that be the price? I don't understand. Wait, how old is this? This is from 2021. Okay. Jet Black Spirit. How much is a box of Jet Black Spirit? Let me go look up the raw card on this. Okay, if the raw card price is high. Oh my God, it is. Bro, why are these cards so expensive? Let me check sold. And ended recently. Okay, so ended recently, June 3rd. Marked down from 240, marked down for 190. Oh, look at this. This is a single bid for $90 on the SGC. This is because people fail to look for other types. Here's a June 2nd 120. But look, here's a PSA 10 for $250. That's because people only buy the PSA 10s. They don't search the other companies. That's crazy, dude. I don't know what to say. So what that tells me is this needs to be cracked and cross-graded. Oops. A lot of people buy grades and not the card inside. So weird, man. All right, Pianha's being sent off to PSA. We'll be doing a PSA submission soon enough anyways. Wild stuff, man. I just think when people go looking for a card, what they type into the search bar is like PSA 10 or CGC 10. They don't check CGC 9.5. They don't want CGC 9.5. But it's kind of crazy to me because, you know, especially with those Japanese cards, they can cross-grade into 10s, right? You're aware of that. So you just send that off to PSA. Come back and try to sell it for $200. That's nuts, man. What happened to the good old-fashioned, hard-working American white label? White. A lot of people... oh, I already read that. I like my labels like I like my men. Here we go. So, Octavio. Octavio, you ready for the hit? Plastic is plastic. Oh, what is this? Tai Kamiya. Wow, that looks cool, man. That is some high-quality looking card printing. Put that back up there. PSA is more of the universal desired graded company. Here we are. Well, it's this is what I think actually happens. People don't check PSA, then they don't check CGC 9.5, they don't check SGC. They just don't search that much. They search one, they just type in PSA, and then boom. Once they see it, they're like, that's the price. So they don't do any cross-shopping, because if they did, they might go, you know, maybe I'll save $100 and buy the CGC one. Ooh, Shoutmon Superior Mode. Alex needs to get in the bathroom. My sale was to Japan. Wow. That's crazy, man. Can you turn your AC on, please? Dude, there was this really loud noise in our home, and we found out there's like a random switch in our family room that seems to turn some internal fan on in our family room. We have no clue what it does. We have a theory that maybe it's there to suck like smoke out of the room because there's a fireplace in the house. But yeah, it was making a really loud buzzing noise. We're like, what is going on? Is our house breaking? What's a black label price compared to CGC Perfect? I've heard black label goes for more. Octavio. Okay, Octavio with an O. Secret fan, maybe a time portal machine. right. It's funny because I was showing you guys a black label Gengar. I should have downloaded the pictures. A black label Gengar that was clearly off center, and they still gave it the black label. How embarrassing. Here's Zachary Stekowski, one spot in the fossil break. Okay, you got it, Zach. My wife likes a good black label. Switch to an underground dungeon where homeless people cook sardines. Oh, they couldn't afford sardines. Sardines are actually expensive. My God. One Sneaker Bunko. You guys want to watch me eat some sardines live? That sounds kind of good right now. One Disney 100. There should be like a donation option where you can cause me to stop and eat a tin of sardines. One Evo Skies. One Evo Skies. Okay, here it is. Ta-da. No sardines. Ew. You like sardines and mustard? I've tried many different types of sardines, and I gotta say, I just kind of like the plain olive oil sardines, and then what I do is I drain all the oil out. After that, I put on some hot sauce, and that's it. I've actually tried the hot sauce sardines, where it comes with hot sauce in it already, but then I don't get my favorite hot sauce, so I prefer my own hot sauce. So I just get plain sardine. There's also sardine in water, but I feel like sardine in oil is so much yummier. I don't know why. Maybe the oil is just like, we love oil. So, yeah, sardine in water is kind of less enjoyable somehow. Here we are. My wife tastes like sardine. Blah. Missouri has a high crime rate. Yeah, you're right. That's one of the reasons that we don't like... so Missouri has St. Louis, and St. Louis is an extremely high crime rate. You got to look in certain areas, the crime drops to almost nothing. There we go. Yeah, St. Louis is famous for high crime. Tuna with mayo and pepper. That's what I was saying. So it's possible for you to live in a nice, clean, safe bubble somewhere in America and think this is how all of America is. Go live out in St. Louis County, St. Louis City for a while. You'll be like, this is crazy, dude. I don't like this. I want law and order. I want this cleaned up. You know what I mean? It will make you a conservative to live in a place that is so crazy. Zachary Stekowski will make you feel more conservative as a result. So we moved out here to get further away from the city. Because you know what's going on. What happens is St. Louis City is so bad, they move out to St. Charles County. That's where they move. They moved to Chesterfield. They moved to Bridgeton. Bridgeton's ruined. St. Charles, and yeah, it just gets awfully terrible out there. And then you go, I got to go to the country because this is the only way to get away from this. Zachary Stekowski, you got a bag right over here. And if you're not living it, if you're not experiencing what I'm experiencing, then shut up because you don't know what it's like. Come out here and live over there in St. Louis County. You'll understand what I'm saying. But some of you guys do actually know. But we all have different personalities, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It is frustrating. I was born out here, and no, I was born in California actually, but I grew up since I was very young out here in Missouri, and so I've experienced it my whole life. And I watched St. Charles County get worse over time. St. Charles was like a really nice, orderly, clean place, and then over time it just got kind of gross, dude. And so move far, and that's what we do out in St. Charles. Everyone moves to these two places, O'Fallon, and if you want to go real far, they move out to Wentzville. So the state of Missouri works kind of like this. You got St. Louis over here, St. Louis, right? And St. Louis is one of the worst places for crime in all of America. And then you move out about this way, you run into a small city area called Bridgeton. So this is St. Louis City. This is St. Louis County. So you move out to Bridgeton. Bridgeton's basically turned into an armpit of a place to live. You wouldn't want to live in Bridgeton. So you go out about another 30 this way, and you got St. Charles, where I spent a lot of time in St. Charles because I grew up there. So St. Charles. So now you're in St. Charles County. And then you go further out, and this takes you to O'Fallon. So all the nice people are moving to O'Fallon. All the nice people moved to O'Fallon to get real far away from St. Louis. Out here in O'Fallon, you also have a place called Lake St. Louis. We thought about moving there. Lake St. Louis is like, they have these giant artificial lakes. It's beautiful. And the houses there are like $1 million because everyone wants to live that sort of lifestyle, a lake lifestyle, but still be close enough to be in these areas. So, but then you move really far out west, and this is what people are doing in Missouri. A lot of people are doing this now. You got Wentzville now. And Wentzville, we were there about a month ago. We went out to Wentzville because, you know, this is all like a 2-hour drive from where we live. So Wentzville is real built up now. It used to be a cheap farmland, Wentzville. It's all built up. It's suburbs, it's strip malls, it's beautiful shopping centers. So everyone's migrating away from St. Louis. And so all these places like here where I grew up, this is nasty now because all the people that they move out of St. Louis into St. Charles and they just make it a terrible place to live. And the crime goes up. That's the bottom line. The crime goes way up. And it's awful. And then you go out to these places and they're still safe. And one day people will be moving out of O'Fallon too, just to get all the way out here to Wentzville and to just be really far away. And then what did I do? I went down this way to Lake of the Ozarks, which is very far away from St. Louis. It's like almost 2.5 hours. So we go way down here, and it is lovely out here. And all you hear when you go to the grocery stores or to Walmart, all you hear about is people complaining about the people moving into Lake of the Ozarks now. They go, oh man, this place is going to be ruined. It's going to be ruined. There's too many people moving in. This was our little oasis. The doctor was complaining about that with me. I had a doctor appointment like a month ago or something like that. And he was complaining about it. He's like, oh, man. All right, well, let's see what you guys are saying. I live in the country is quiet but racist. Not true at all. I don't think it's racist at all. The people out here are very pleasant. Lewis had the highest murder rate. In fact, I think there's a lot of Mexicans or Latinos living out here in Camdenton where I live. They're all really nice. But what's important is that, in my opinion, they're all conservatives. I think conservatives make a place nice to live. They like to follow the laws, and they don't like to commit crimes. Total violent crime, not total blah, blah, blah. Definitely attracts a unique crowd now. Baltimore, Detroit have the worst murder rates. Hey, mister, do you like Charizard? I do. St. Louis is the worst, most dangerous place in the country to visit from another place to St. Louis. San Luis is the #1 most dangerous tourist. Now remember, St. Louis actually spans 2 areas. A lot of people also don't understand this part. So St. Louis, you have this border here between Illinois. So one side is Illinois and the other side is Missouri, and there's a bridge between them. So if you ever leave the state of Missouri, there's a bridge over a river. Okay, and this is all considered St. Louis. So St. Louis is actually in 2 states. It's in Missouri and Illinois. And this area, the crime goes way up. So the murder rate goes up on that side. But this side's bad too anyways. Both sides are bad. Both sides suck. And yeah, I've been to St. Louis many, many, many times. I lived in St. Louis County for a while. I lived in St. Charles, and I watched St. Charles slowly turn into what Bridgeton is. I hated it, man. I didn't like it at all. All right, 6 corrupted art. 1 Evolving Skies, 1 Disney. It was disgusting. 1 Disney. I wonder if I could walk around downtown Detroit late at night with a big giant bag with a $sign on it and not get robbed. Hey, mister, I'm going to hack your strake. I'm from San Antonio. St. Louis was held just to drive through on I-70. Oh, yeah, I-70 is so busy. I-70 is fun. I-70 is fun. All right. St. Louis will turn you into a conservative. If you're already like kind of conservative in your heart, it will turn you into a more severe conservative because you'll be like, this is nuts. Something's got to be done about this. This is crazy, dude. It's nasty out here. There we go. Yo, dog, I'm from St. Louis. What up, yo? How's it going? I grew up near I-70 and PAMD. All right. Here's Mandalorian. I'm somebody where if I see something that looks like it can be improved, my brain goes like, we got to do something about this. It just kind of hyper fixates on it. So I can't stop thinking about it. I go, man, this could be way better. And that's how I felt all the time in St. Louis County. I just felt like, oh man, why is this all so run down and gross? And everyone looks dead inside. Everyone looks like they had the life drawn out of them or something. There's no light in their eyes. Terrible feeling. Sven Jansen, one live custom booster. Okay, you ready? But you know, I'm sure it's comparable to other places in the U.S. Marnie's pride. Oh, she's so prideful. Oh, Marnie. I heard San Francisco has human feces all over the place. Yeah, actually, we didn't have that in St. Louis, at least. There was no human feces. I can't even imagine that. You know, walk around poop. I don't like it when dogs poop in my yard. Dennis Chantavong says, one snow hazard. You can't just be pooping places. Come on, man. One triple beat. Yeah, I got that kind of brain where it's like, I'm not okay with things not being properly in order or something, you know what I mean? One incandescent arcana. One V-Star universe. It's not just a biohazard, it's just like, it's pathetic, man. It's like, man, I think, here's the deal. You got homeless people all around the world. All around the world. It's not just in one place. But you know, the smarter a society is, the cleaner it is. That's the truth, right? All those Asian countries with the highest ranking IQs, they're all real clean. And I don't think their homeless people are just crapping on the sidewalk all day long. And I think if they did, they'd probably get in a lot of trouble. And I just wonder why, even when you are poor, you can be clean. Even when you are poor, you can be clean. And this is something that I noticed. I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos about ghettos and slums in other countries. And what really struck me is that some countries, the ghettos and slums, were just remarkably better organized. So imagine that you're just living in a sort of mud hut or sort of like tin can home, but you can have all your pots and pans put together. You can have your floors been removed of all the clutter. Then you got some other countries where it's just everything's just strewn about. And so there's a big difference in the, I don't know, like the personality, but I don't think it's a personality thing. I think the cleanliness is a sign of intelligence. I think that the harder it is for you to maintain your living quarters, that is, the less willing you are to get off of your ass and just kind of make it nice. It's a sign that there's some slow in you, you know, sort of like tired or something. It's hard to describe. Like you're tired in your brain, you are tired because you don't want to make your own living quarters a nice place to live. Come on. How can you live that way? Here we go. So I worry about that kind of stuff. And so I notice if an area is poor, it can be poor, but why should it be poor and also very dirty? And it should never have to be poor and also very dirty. You know, you can organize to all go to the bathroom in the same hole somewhere. You know what I mean? You can organize stuff like that. But maybe if they had any organizational skills, they wouldn't be homeless in the first place. So it's a fascinating problem. Whoa, I like these hollows, man. Look at that Articuno. Lovely. Was that my live custom? I couldn't hear the name. Let me turn this down. Is the music too loud? Jess, I don't think we did a live custom for Jess, did we? I don't think it was yours. Dennis Chantavong. All right, Mr. Dennis with the D-E. I messaged you on Discord about my slabs I'd want to trade in for store credit. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that last night. I haven't checked any DMs today. I apologize. I'll try to take a quick look. Poop flakes are a thing in San Francisco. Is that like Frosted Flakes? Tasty. Zach says one spot in the Sabrina break. Okay, Mr. Zach. Here it is. But, mister, it's quick and easy to just dump on the street. That's like what a wild animal would do, you know what I mean? Humans are known for organizing where we go to the bathroom. And yeah, I mean, we could all just be dumping on the street, but we have like dignity. We have a sense of cleanliness. Cleanliness, it's like, it must be some sort of biological instinct. Don't you agree? It must be some biological part of your brain to be clean, because we understand that open air sewers is toxic. There's a toxicity to it. And so, yeah, I mean, something's really lost in a person who doesn't want to be clean when they go to the bathroom. Here's Louis Laura. I hope you're having a good night. I'd like 2 Disney and 6 Silver Tempest. You got it, Louis Laura. Someone else will clean it, says Space Jesus. 6 Silver Tempest. Oh, wow. Okay, so it might be time to get a new case of Silver Tempest, is it? People go crazy for Dogecoins. If chimps don't groom each other, they get sick and die. Yeah, so, and you see this with a lot of animals. A lot of animals will spend an exorbitant amount of time cleaning themselves. And so humans just dumping on the ground. There's like something really dysfunctional. All right, let me grab a fresh case of Silver Tempest. We love fresh cases. Oh, looks like I already had an open case because it's not an open case. What it is I stole one of the boxes. I know why. It's because I probably ran out of boxes. It's a serious problem for me. So we'll just keep this box over here and we'll bring the other case over this way. All right, cool. Whew. You ready? Even dogs and cats bury their poop. Exactly. That's a very good point. Even dogs and cats understand that it's important to get rid of your poop. So you got humans just dumping on the ground. Man, that's just so bad. There we go. All right, perfect. Louis Laura. Hope you're having a good night. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I am having a good night. You know why? Because I'm chilling out with you guys talking about poop. Come on, man. That's the peak. The peak. It's a mamma mia. This is what Pokemon cards are all about. Calm down, crypto bros. Pipe of weed got that dirty burning it right now. Puff, puff. All right, let's go ahead and sneak this. Would their undies be brown? How do they clean if they dump on the ground? No idea, man. That's a good question. Yeah, disease. Disease is such a serious issue, and rot, decay is very fascinating. There's this whole like universe. There's this whole world of animals and instincts and bacteria designed to cause disease, which is basically there to take advantage of. Yeah, it's there to break down stuff, right? Here we go. We got fungus. It's there to compost you, and so it's very important things stay clean. Here's Smeargle. Oh. Here's Toxapex. I say we just take all the rich people's money and give it to the poor. There's Brexon. There's a subreddit called Neckbeard Nest. Those rooms are disgusting. That sounds funny as hell. Neckbeard Nest. Oh my god, dude. Mariani. Oh, that sounds terrible. All right. Yeah, that's, you know, you could consider that sort of like a mental issue too, actually. Yeah, men who maybe they've given up on trying to find a partner. They have no one, they don't have a girlfriend or a wife to be like, this is disgusting and it's not acceptable. You know, their mom's not there anymore, right? And so they've just kind of let themselves go, and it's undignified. You know, they need to do some self-care. You know what I mean? Self-care. Here's Buzz Lightyear. Imagine living in the medieval times and the sewers, there's no sewers. They just pooped in the effing bucket. I don't know. Yeah, well, there was a point where London started to stink so severely that they said, we got to do something about this. And that's when they built the sewer system, which was very innovative for their time period. Luz Laura, they said, this can't be the thing. All right. Which consequently, they started getting their water from that sewage water. Because what happened was, so they come up with this clever idea of a sewer system to get all the feces out of London. And their idea is, we'll just dump it in the river. We'll just dump it in the lake. We'll dump it in the ocean. But then it turned out you're pumping your water from the same source. So people started dying from having drank poopy-infested water. So that became a problem too. Yeah, they started figuring out, wait a second, we cannot dump our poop in the same place that we drink. So they were finding out all kinds of stuff in London. Wow, very advanced. Wait a second. This is terrible. Brock's Golbat. Erica's Oddish. Dragonite. All right, there we go. Some lovely slabs. Let's change the topic. You don't like talking about poop, Pokemon? Come on, man. Kevin, we're just talking about some poop, man. I say just give me all the money in the world. How do you grow a beard on necks? I just shaved my neck beard today. Got a little shave going. London, one of the first cities ever. Remember when the rats called the Black Plague? How many people died from that plague? God. Yeah, a lot of people died from the Black Plague. I think when it comes to cleanliness, it's all about why you're homeless. In the U.S., a lot of drug addicts are homeless, but Europe's homeless population is usually because of poverty or social mobility. Now, well, I'm sure that's an issue in the United States as well, because the places with the most homelessness are the most expensive places to live. So that's a sort of universal issue. What really bothers me, though, is that we have a really serious addiction to drugs like fentanyl right now, and it's causing people's lives to be ruined, and everyone's just kind of like not talking about it. You know, like, oh no, fentanyl. Because the war on drugs was really unpopular. People are like, no, it's not cool to be the war on drugs. All right, here goes. Jesse Fletcher. Jesse Fletcher. You listening? Jesse Fletcher, you get a whole hollow. That's a cold pack, Jesse. I'm sorry. That's Jesse Fletcher. Jesse Fletcher has waited 41 minutes for this. 41 minutes. Letting you guys understand the line. The line's actually really not that bad because it's not terribly long. So I don't think it's going to get worse than 41 minutes. It might actually get a lot shorter soon. You'd be surprised how fast the orders catch up when new orders don't come in anymore. I also went to Hippie Fest. Before you enter, you had to take a little test on noroviruses from dirty hippies eating shrooms with poop on it. What? I guess hippies getting poop in their door is a problem. What? What are we talking about, man? Poop. Okay, I'm checking the ZELLE orders. Yeah, it's technically a short line tonight because there's no new ZELLE orders. ZELLE orders contribute a lot to the duration of the line. Jesus Villar. Hey, mister, I have a bag 10 Shining Fates. I'm on the hunt for Zard. I sent for 10 packs, but only requested 8. Can you just add 2 more to this opening? Oh, really? Okay, well, I'll trust you. Why not? Charizard eats ass cheeks. War on drugs, and the drugs won. Yeah, it did. I think it did. The drugs are the winner. There we go. Very good. Yeah, I was, it's fascinating because when it comes to the war on drugs, I was kind of in the same party of we need to stop the war on drugs. We need to legalize drugs so we take it away from the drug cartels. I've gotten a bit older, and I'm questioning that now. I'm like, all right, am I so old that I'm actually going back to the previous idea of sort of like we should... I'm going to turn this on a little more. There it goes. All right. The idea of deregulating drugs, decriminalizing them, is that we'll collect taxes on them. We won't allow drug lords to make money on them. So those are pretty good arguments. The problem, on the other hand, is people might do a lot more drugs. And that's actually just not good. It's not good to do drugs. You know, it's like the South Park episode. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Good. All right, there's 10 more of them. People are going to do whatever they want. Yep, that's a common argument, and it's not true. When you put a law on something, people do less of that thing. That's why conservatives try to outlaw abortion, because they know if it's outlawed, there'll be fewer of them. All right, and if it was... It's the same way with drugs. So if you can go to let's say you could go to Walmart and go buy a thing of heroin, guess what? Heroin usage is going to go way up. There we go. The question is that good for society? Maybe it's not. Like, maybe it's actually bad. Maybe the original problem with heroin is that you're just trying to inject straight into your dopamine centers in your brain, and eventually your brain rots. You know, and you waste all your money on an addiction. Just smoke bud. All right, here we are. We were having a conversation about smoking marijuana this morning on our daily walk, and I was talking about something I read about how you use marijuana. I think I was talking about how there was some study had come out and found that smoking marijuana was harmful for your lungs and causes lung cancer, just like smoking anything. Apparently, smoke in general is just bad for your lungs. It's a burning material, and that burning material is considered a carcinogen. Just like when you eat burnt food. Did you guys know the burnt food one? So burnt food was discovered to be carcinogenic. There we go. Boop. Some can say that about Pokies. Yeah, well, I don't think Pokies are giving me any kind of cancer. I don't think they're rotting my brain. Rotting my wallet, maybe. No, come on, man. Pokemon cards are so much more mild. There we go. Spoken like a true junkie. Crack up the ass. So if guns are legal, then mass shootings will go up. Maybe, because that's one of the things we're being discussed. One of my arguments is that if you 100%, absolutely, completely removed all guns from everybody, shootings would go down. Because it's not about the human spirit. It's not about morality. It is about logistics. Like logistically, if there's no guns around you, you just can't shoot people. Of course, then people come into question. They're like, well, what? We can't stop all the guns. It's like, well, what if you stop 97% of them? So, and I'm not advocating for that, because then the Republicans are going to get very mad at me for saying that. But I think that's actually probably just a fact that the shootings would go down, wouldn't they? There's just no guns available. And similarly with drugs, if there's no drugs available, people are just having more trouble doing them. You know what I mean? They're just not available. Here's Dracloak. Oh my God, Dracloak. I love the Second Amendment. Mr. Guess the quote. Did something crawl down your throat and die? It didn't die. Crack is whack. Oh, what do we got here? Phalanx. Nice. But yeah, I mean, these are really fun subjects, because they're subjects about how to, like, improve society, basically. You know what I mean? Like the issue of fentanyl addiction, homelessness in places like California, cleanliness. We were talking about an odd subject today, and that's cleanliness. And somehow now we're talking a little bit about mass murders. Here we are. Mass shootings. Here we go. Spinnerack. So a lot of societal problems to talk about. This guy sucks. I need my pokey crack. Been smoking weed for a while. My lungs are just fine. Yeah, I mean, that's why everyone's smoking cigarettes in the 50s, we're saying. Right? Because smoking cigarettes was so... I mean, everybody did it. It was so common that when you went up and you told somebody, by the way, did you know this gives you cancer? They laughed you off. You're like, no, that doesn't give you cancer. And then the data comes out, and the data's not wrong. The science isn't wrong. It does give you cancer. So, yeah, I mean, you can be like, yeah, my lungs are fine. I've been smoking this for 20 years. Okay, that's for our friend Jesus Villar. If let me ask you a question, though. Let's say the science did truly confirm, let's say it truly confirmed that smoking weed, not eating weed, like maybe you do the weed brownies, whatever. But let's say smoking weed, because that's a way of ingesting it. Let's say it 100% did significantly increase lung cancer in you. Would you stop smoking it? Let me just ask you that question. If it actually did 100%, there's no questions about it, would you stop smoking it? Would you swap over to like brownies or something? America, says Walmart Mod Drills. Doesn't Europe have a huge stabbing issue with no guns? True, although I think you do more damage with guns. Portland, Oregon decriminalized all drugs, and it did not end well. Do you not get big roaches fly? Not really. What slabs are available for a break? How's it going, John Silver? John Silver. We got these two. These are mini breaks. There are only 5 spots. It's $5 a spot. This is the very cool 1935 Mickey Mouse break. And this is the most popular one, the $14 Espeon break. 1 in 36 is your odds. Oh, and we also have this Naughty Girl break as well. That one's taking a while. Because I like to smoke. I would quit. Marshall says nope. No, but what you're telling me is like, even if there was hard evidence that it gives you cancer, you just keep doing it. I feel like, okay, so there's people that got to say that. They're like, I'm going to do the thing even if it's bad for me. And I know it's bad, and I know it's cancer. Okay, all that tells me, though, is that I'm definitely not in support of socialized medicine. Does that make sense? Like, why would I want to pay, if somebody willingly does something that they know is pretty bad for them, why would I want to pay their hospital bill for them? It just doesn't make sense. You know, in general, if people want the freedom to really injure themselves doing some particular completely unnecessary habit, okay, they have the freedom to do that. But I also have the freedom not to pay for it later. Why would I pay for it? I'm not involved. You know, I'm not doing it, and I'm not involved with it. See what I'm saying? So that's one of the problems with the socialized anything, but it's particularly socialized medicine's the most expensive socialized thing. And people in Europe, and some of you guys are in Europe listening to this, people in Europe, you guys are just paying for other people's bad habits when you have socialized medicine. So you're like, why is everything so expensive? Well, because you're living in that kind of economy where you have to pay for other people to make bad choices now. Okay, we're done with Mr. Jesus. Tiago says 5 Astral Radiance and 2 Evolving Skies. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If people were told their death date time, they would still non-live their life to the fullest. Yeah, I have checked. I might, just because we are talking about more robust topics. Crack is crap. 2 Evolving Skies. The thing is, we all die one day anyway, so I get all that. Like, I'm not going to do nothing but eat broccolis and blueberries and work out all day long to try and live an extra year. You know, I'm going to occasionally have like an ice cream or something like that, right? But it's like some things are really well known to give you a very high rate of cancer, right? Like asbestos. You wouldn't smoke asbestos. You hear about it and you go, oh, shoot, I'm getting out of that. But asbestos is an addicting. Nicotine's addicting. And I think weed's also an addictive substance because people like it so much. So you got some addictive substances, and you say, dude, even if this was giving me lung cancer, I'm still going to smoke it. Well, yeah, because it's an addictive substance. It makes you feel good for no other reason other than you're injecting it into yourself. And that's fine. If a society is organized around that kind of concept, that you can do that to yourself, that's fine. I just don't want to pay for people's expensive hospital bills much later in life. But I don't think it actually works that way. So when you don't have the lung cancer, when you don't have it, it's very easy to say, I pay for it myself. But let's say 30 years in the future, now you got the lung cancer, and you're broke for some reason or another. It could be many reasons. I could go broke in like a second, I'm sure. People go broke for all kinds of reasons. Something bad just happens, you know what I mean? And you lose all your money. So now it's life or death, and you need money for that hospital bill. And it's time to vote. Do you vote for other people to pay for your hospital bill? Or you say, you know what? I'm going down with the ship. It's my own fault. I'll vote against people helping me with my hospital bill. No, because once it's life and death, you always vote for someone else to pay for your hospital bill because that's the instinct to survive. In the end, that is the instinct to survive. You will realize if you reach that point, and I'm not saying you will, but a lot of people will, you will realize that there's no higher priority than to have somebody else pay for your hospital bill. Even if you lived your whole life doing things that people told you was going to kill you, you'll still vote for someone else to pay for it because the bottom line is you're never going to vote to kill yourself. You know what I mean? So you got to have that hospital bill paid for one way or another. And so this is kind of a big subject in societies because I think if you want to have a society with socialized healthcare, you have to allow the government to come in and basically do an analysis of the things that are causing the most health damage to people and then just let them outlaw it completely. Just completely outlaw it. That is the solution for socialized healthcare. You want socialized healthcare, the government's got to ban obesity. They got to ban probably alcohol. Remember, that sounds crazy because it failed in the past. They probably got to ban smokes and whatever the other top 10 things are that cause cancer, right? Including things that probably should be banned now that aren't banned, like pesticides or something like that. I don't know. But the government's got to be able to come in and say, all right, we're footing the bill for this thing called healthcare now. And so we're just going to go down a list of the things that cause the most health problems. And it's illegal now because you're not going to make those decisions for yourself because we're not going to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you could have like a system where you can opt in and out. That'd be interesting. Need to ban vapes. You're scaring Alex, mister. Smack ass cheeks. Imagine how healthy our society would be if there was no such thing as alcohol or cigarettes. Right, they did a recent study. They found even small amounts of alcohol lead to health problems. My wife read the study. She doesn't drink any alcohol now. She's just off it. And so she doesn't really drink anymore. Ban the sun for causing cancer. All right, here we go. So Tiego's done. Yolan says, box of wheat cross plus grading for the best card and another 5 Narutos and the remaining 3 on the burn or charity slab. I get to choose? I tell you what then, it's going on the burn slab, man. Burn slab's closer. Here it is. I hate alcohol. We're a society that consumes things that make us feel good, and those things are sometimes adverse to our health. Ban, ban, ban. Box of wheat cross. All right. But that's what you got to do. You got to let the government come in and start banning the top most unhealthy things. Might be sugar, actually. I have a suspicion sugar is one of the most unhealthy things in the entire society. Gonna have to let the government regulate it. Here we go, 5 of these. Prostate exams are covered by most insurance because prostate cancer is too expensive for companies. Preventive care is cheaper for them. The government only bans drugs they can't make money off of that tax beer, coffee, and gambling. They tax beer, coffee, and gambling. All right, you ready? So let's open this up. Yay! Throw that over there. I'll smack and slap her big fat butt. That's a lot of packs, man. That's a big order, Yolan. Thanks, man. Prostate cancer will be unlikely to kill you. Something else would kill you first before prostate cancer does. Throw that over there. Prostate cancer is the #1 cancer in men, soon to be replaced by colon cancer, cancer of your intestines. Cancer of the butt is going to become the #1 cancer in a very short period of time, I've heard. It's a cancer for both men and women, and they believe it's because our food supply is so bad, but they believe it's also because we are not exercising and we are sitting too much, and so it's a combination of all kinds of the bad things. Colon cancer, the #1 cancer. Look it up. It's really fascinating. Yeah. 50% of America is obese now. Obese or fat, one or the other. And our food in America is some of the most processed foods in the entire world. We don't do too much healthy cooking. We cook with foods that have been pumped full of hormones and processed, and all of our vegetables are covered in pesticides, and our food gets packaged in plastic, and then inside of the plastic there's preservatives. Here we are. So there's all this mysterious colon cancer rising up, and they don't know why. They're trying to figure out what's causing all this colon cancer. And it's like, well, we're not eating like chicken and potatoes anymore made by grandma. We're eating like all this food that's been handled by plastic and preservatives and pesticides and, you know, whatever weird other chemicals they put in there to make the color look right. Like, oh, we're going to put some food dyes in. You know what I mean? We're at that point. Forever chemicals in our pots and pans. You ever heard of that? It's a kind of scary thing, man. It scares me. Makes me think about, yeah, like when I'm 60, I don't want to be diagnosed with colon cancer. You know what I mean? Here's Thanatos. Steamboat cancer is a myth. Kingston's not here today? He was. Alex is the gym. I live in New Jersey. 1/4 people will get cancer by 60. 1/3 of those is lung cancer. We have the New Jersey Turnpike Parkway, major highway, and close to New York and Philly. Take a vacation out here in Lake of the Ozarks. One of the first things you'll notice is that all you can smell are trees and grass. You will step outside and you'll smell trees and grass. The air quality is amazing out here because it's so like removed from any large city. If you take a look, I'll show you. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the map. Are you ready? All right. So that's St. Louis over there. And here's what I was describing with St. Louis, by the way. See, this river comes through? So that side of St. Louis is Illinois. This side is St. Louis. And then over here we got Kansas City, our other big city. Now take a look at this down here. This is Lake of the Ozark. totally surrounded by grass, man. This is grass and trees and wildlife. There's nothing out here. It's, the next biggest city is kind of like whatever this is and whatever this is. There's Sedalia, there's Jefferson City, but you're right in the middle. It's all beautiful wildlife out here. And so when you come out here, the first thing you notice is you can smell the water, you can smell the trees. You don't smell, because I used to live, remember, I was in St. Louis County, and you're right, when you're in St. Louis County, all you smell is like the cars. You smell the vehicles. You smell whatever's going on out there, you know what I mean? But you don't smell trees. They've all been chopped down. It's Caitlin. How's your tummy, Caitlin? How's it going? How's it going? Can I keep the Servant Zero card? Yes. Yes. Oh, here we go. What do we got? That's an LR, huh? And it's called Maho 1. Maho 1 or something like that. Very nice. Trees cause cancer. California says grass smelling causes cancer. Some things do actually cause cancer, guys. Some things cause cancer at a much higher rate. There you go, Servant Zero. I think one thing people like to do is they like to dismiss that there are things that are causing cancer because there are multiple sources of cancer. So there we go. Like the one guy said, sunlight causes cancer. And it's like, yeah, if you expose yourself under the radiation of the sun for a long time, it's going to give you skin cancer. That doesn't mean that now you should do all the bad things just because your radiation from the sun also gives you skin cancers. Yeah, it's sort of like it's like a psychological thing, a trick or whatever, if you want to call it, maybe like a rationalization. Here we are. Layla! Life itself causes cancer. Yeah, if you live long enough, you eventually get it. But the goal is to reduce how quickly you get it. So, you know, when would you like to contract it? Would you like to contract it in your 30s? Would you like to contract it in your 80s? I'm going to go for my 80s if I can, if I live that long. So that's the goal, right, guys? We're talking about health goals here. YouTube did emotes like Twitch where you can use them across all platforms. Oh, cool, man. Mister lost my first bag. What? What are you talking, John? Coca-Cola funded tests have proven Pepsi causes cancer. It's true. Life is scary. Right, yeah. It is. All right. I think health is a really fun subject. I think we talk about it a lot on this channel. Probably because, oh, look at that. That is cool, man. Health is wealth, guys. We talk about wealth in general. So we talk a lot about money. We talk about the economy. We talk about career. We talk about card values. And I think my brain has sort of categorized health as part of those same categories. So if you have $1 million, but at the same time you have lung cancer, you're not like a millionaire, you know, because you're out, you're gone. So if you want to actually be like successful, you have to have that money, but you also have to be living long enough to enjoy it too. So you need both of those things. Miko. So that's why it's a fascinating subject that appears over and over on this stream. Your health is in the same category as your wealth. They even sound the same. Health, wealth. There we go. They're in the same category. Cancer is a disease, an umbrella term for diseases that are readily of cell reproductive problems. Everything that causes your cells to reproduce is cause of cancer, increased risks. I live in Utah. We hold the world record for the most air quality in a single day. It was during COVID, thankfully, but it was terrible for like a week to where people with asthma fainted daily. Oh, so in Utah, you have the worst air quality in a single day. Damn, dude. I heard about that, and it's not even, here's the worst part. It's not even your air problem, is it? It actually floats over from another state. Is that correct? Tell me if I'm wrong about that, because I'm not super educated on that kind of stuff, but that's not all Utah's cause. It's actually floating over from California, right? Base set Japanese Charmander. Let's see it. I don't think I have it. JFK got his head blown off, head gone. Serious actions that increase that risk a lot. Yeah, exactly. So some actions really increase the odds of a problem going. It's crazy, though. People live their whole life living to the T, perfect teeth, wife, kids, health, just to die in a car crash or a murder. Well, you know, I talk a lot about car crashes, too. That is a subject that I get on, too. Like,
hey, mister. Just wanted to share that I got a deal at my local card shop. Bought 2 cases of Evolutions collections for $200 each. It's time to stunk.
Make sure they're authentic. He's saying he got 2 boxes of Evolutions. You mean Evolving Skies? Wait. So you mean XY Evolutions? Or do you mean Evolving Skies? If you mean XY Evolutions, those are going for like $600 each. So I'd make sure those are authentic before you celebrate too soon, because those are going for like $600. There we go. Ooh. The collection boxes. Oh, I see. I was thinking of booster boxes. Oh my God, she smells like perfume. Unbelievable. The Evolution collection boxes. Oh, okay. I was thinking you meant XY Evolutions. I was thinking that's like $600. I'm sure I would replace it. There we go. I don't know what you're talking about, John. Lag? You got lag? Lag's illegal. Did you guys see me sniffing this? She smelled like perfume. Okay, cool. So, Yellen, we're not done. We're going to go through these now. What do you think of the death of JFK? Well, society's examining it more than they probably did back then, because society probably trusted the government a bit more back then. And we are seriously questioning if he was perhaps assassinated by our own government. Maybe somebody didn't want him and his ideas in power, so they just had him killed. Right? So, it's a possibility, I guess, you know. It's really fascinating. It's almost like the Epstein thing. Epstein conveniently dies before he can tell on all of his powerful friends. Here we go. He conveniently dies before he can name names. All right. The guards go missing. The guards that were guarding Jeffrey Epstein, they stop watching him, and then he just magically kills himself. Definitely. There we go. What about the moon landing? That one, I like to listen to the conspiracies on that one. I'm not sure. I mean, there's some really interesting arguments, like what about radiation and stuff like that? How do they figure all that stuff out? I think the one that gets me on the moon landing is sort of like computers were so not that advanced at all back then. So it's hard for me to understand how they did so well with like very little computing power. And that's that one really affects me, because I went to school for computer science, and it was like a really long time ago that we went on that moon. And I know for a fact that the computers were trash back then, but they carefully landed a machine on the moon, and then they launched back off the moon. And yeah, it's if we did it, it's a mind-blowing achievement if we actually did it. But actually, it's I think it's easier to believe almost that we just staged it and we created a very good lie, right? So people are like, how could all these people lie about it? Well, if your goal was to lie about it, then maybe you just pulled off a really good lie. But that has nothing to do with whether or not it was fake or not. Like, I'm not convinced whether it was or whether it wasn't. I'm just saying that it seems possible that it could have been faked. Wow, these things are so trippy, it makes my eyes cross. Moon landing fake AF. I swear to God, Californian wildfires are the worst. We get all of the terrible air quality problems from them because Salt Lake City is right in a valley, so all the smoky air is stuck for days on end. Did you see the article where they recorded Armstrong's dialogue backwards and he admitted the landing was fake? Fake AF. Big fake. Here we go. Yolan. I would love to just know the truth. I would love to just know the truth. But I know, when did the moon landing take place again? Let me get the date. 1969. So the moon landing takes place in 1969. So our computer software back then and our computer hardware was awful. I mean, we really didn't have anything very serious until like the 1980s, which is like a whole 10 years later. And I believe they might have been working on it, sure, but actually landing on it, if the government like constructed an extremely convincing lie, that would be like impressive in its own way, wouldn't it? Like the government successfully tricked you. Yellen, all done. Let's get this into your bag, Mr. Yellen. Yellen, I'm going to create a second bag for you. You got 2 bags now. There we go. That would be extremely clever if the government had done that. Which is kind of funny also, because that almost makes you question it too. The government being clever? I don't know. I don't know if the government is that smart to pull off something like that. But yeah, it was 1969. And computers back then were huge. They were like the size of a whole room. They had really slow, really bad computers. So I have to believe that they kind of built some sort of computer on the ship to read like data and stuff as they're launching and as they're landing, and so it's just a guy with the steering wheel, I guess, ultimately. Because if the rocket didn't land itself, you know what that means, right? It means a guy with the steering wheel landed the rocket onto the moon without breaking anything. Do you guys understand why that might be difficult? Never been done before. He's got the steering wheel. He's just landed on the moon, and he lands so that the rockets are pointing down and the windows are pointing up. So he can't even see how. Maybe he's got like landing gear where he can like see the ground, sort of like mirrors and stuff. So he's like, all right, I'll just park this bad boy down on the moon. Nothing gets damaged or injured, and then we're like sending that data back home. Okay, so the data is being sent back home, and then he just launches back off the moon. Voila, bada bing, bada boom, easy. I don't know, man. Just sounds really hard to kind of believe that, all that. It's like, wow, you guys are real clever, man. I didn't realize we were so brilliant. Holy moly, we're smart. Smartest country ever. All right, Mr. Yolen. It is a bit of an odd one. Either he had great skill or it's BS. Rip Tom Hanks. All you need are instruments to follow. You could be right. It could just be some instruments. You could be right. Just seems really wild. I would love to know, because if we really did it, man, we need to be clapping ourselves on the back or something, because we really did something pretty incredible. The other thing I'll point out, though, is I don't even feel like I can take any credit for it. Like, yeah, maybe our country did it, but it's like more like a really smart, clever group in our country did it. It's not like the moon landing is not a reflection of the skill of the whole country, obviously. You know, it's just the smartest people, right? So good for them, but it doesn't mean America, the entire country, is that good. So, you know, taking credit for the football team, but it's the football players that won, not you. Andrew Seger, he says, finish my slab away. You got it, Mr. Andrew? Mr. Andrew. So he's finishing slab away. Peepee-Chew, you got Peepee-Chew 10. All right, let me go grab it with an A. We landed on the moon. You mean the people who actually landed on the moon landed on a very small team of people working very hard. Aha. You got it, man. You got it at a good price. I can't believe this is so cheap. You forgot my grade, says Master. Oh, right. You wanted me to grade one of the cards. I'm sorry. Let me take another look at that. Yolen says, grading for the best card. You got it, man. I'm sorry about that. I blame all these moon conspiracies. Government were more worried about controlling people, not space. Probably this one then, right? I think that's your best one. There's a little perfume girl. I don't know how well the perfume girls do in a slab, actually. It's weird. It's a sensation card, right? Like smelling, touching. You put it in a slab, you kind of lose all that. So I don't know how the value of those cards add up. Maybe they are good graded. Bit of an experimental card. Do I just pay up front for a slab that I want? That's how you do it. Yep. Sucks because we never know what's really true, only what we're told. Yeah. Well, I feel like nowadays, if they had done it a second time, nowadays we'd probably believe it. We'd be like, yeah, they did this. We got all this recording equipment. If you landed a man on the moon today, I'd believe you. I'd be like, yeah. It seems that we're at the technological level to land a man on the moon. You know what I mean? But you watch Elon Musk do all these tests and all this hard work just for the rockets to explode on takeoff and landing. And you think, wow, you know, this is so freaking complicated. You're telling me they did this easy peasy in the past? Here it is, Pichu. When our technology was like significantly worse, when our education, our level of knowledge was significantly lower. We've learned a lot since 1970. It's been 53 years of knowledge and testing and experimentation. Okay, Andrew. On the other hand, there's a lot of resources and power in controlling a new territory, so it might be the government hiding that we're able to still land on the moon. We know for sure the government gets all the good Pokeballs, the oldest footage, 1800s. No worries, mister. That's why we're here, to enjoy your talking. They let you keep the polls and tax you on them. Oh, that's right. It's private property, but you must pay taxes on it. And that's not private property, that's rental. All right, so Andrew, I have a pretty small bag, a few slabs in the process of moving. New shipping address is here. Okay, Andrew, I got you. So let's go grab your bag to get started. My daughter's getting homeschooled. Okay, Andrew. I don't know if I would homeschool my kids. I was homeschooled. So I was a former homeschooler. I was homeschooled from the beginning all the way to the end. The problem with homeschooling is unless you have a parent who's actually pretty well educated and ready to dedicate their entire time to educating the kid, you are not going to have a very well educated kid. That's the bottom line. They just won't be. And okay, you're not in there either. Andrew Poe, huh? You said you had a small bag. I'll look in here real fast. Wait, do we have another AN box? I feel like there should be another AN box. What are your thoughts on the government lying about being able to land on the moon? What is they're actually able to do? Able to do it. I don't want to create hysteria. Here's Andrew Zhang. All right, this is good. We're finding it. Anthony, Andrew Flores, Godinez, Anthony Shime. Here we are. Andrew Sager. There we go. Since we have your slab, we're going to throw this in too. Make it easy. Now, we'll add the other slabs in later. Yeah, I was actually homeschooled from the beginning to the end. And if you don't have like a parent dedicated to teaching everything from kindergarten to grade 9 and capable of teaching those things, I personally feel they're going to miss out on some key education. On the other hand, I'm conflicted because I turned out fine. I'm perfectly fine. I graduated with a difficult degree in college. I got a computer science degree. So my bad homeschooling did not stop me from a successful college degree. So it really makes me question things like how necessary is high school, right? Like that's one of the things I question now. How necessary is high school? Didn't seem to play a big role for me. It didn't matter. I just went to college and did fine. All right, Andrew Sager. There we are. And what I really did is I worked for my dad. So I learned how to work really hard. I learned a little bit about running a small home business. Those things actually did affect my life a lot. I didn't know it, but I was learning a really valuable skill at the time that you don't learn from opening a book. Books don't teach you that stuff. I mean, in theory they do. They say, do this, open a small business. You can read that in a book. But if your own dad pulls you over and says, here's how to run a business, here's how to work money in a business, I mean, that's hands-on education is way better. Actually doing it and seeing that it works, or seeing what doesn't work. All that's really valuable sort of knowledge to pass on to your kid that you just don't get that from a book. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. That's why my job is, as a parent, get my kids ready for life. 10 Pichu just got slapped away. Stunning. It's really nice. Also had a big swirl on it, by the way. Genetics, Mr. Big Variable. Can be good for social. You're the only one who thought it was bad, though. Sorry, voice to text. I meant more like if the government is lying and they're actually just building bases on the moon right now. Yeah, that'd be funny. Is computer science hard? It's crazy difficult. Yeah, I'm thinking about majoring in it, but most of my family that has done it have said it is dreadful to do. Oh, I completely agree. You know, I would get like really tough math homework and you could crank that out in a night. But you get computer science program as like a homework, they'll be like, build this program. It takes like 3 days. That's how much time it is. Like you're gonna spend like 72 hours programming something, and that's just regular homework for them. And that's if you have if you have a decent computer science professor, because some of them are kind of like we had like one that wasn't very good, and he wouldn't prescribe very many homeworks. And then you just didn't learn anything by the end of the course. You're like, what am I good at now? So if you have a good professor, they make you do a lot of coding, and it is extremely time intensive, and it is just as difficult as any difficult math course, unless you've already practiced a lot of coding, so you've already kind of got the concept of it. Because once you reach a certain point, you get the concept, and it starts to become more like learning syntax and knowing how to apply it properly. But understanding the kind of like the core ideas of computer science just takes forever, dude. Like, understanding the structure of a program, how to use an environment properly, and all these tiny little rules. There's a million little rules for how everything has to be. And then, you know, starting to work with the logic and starting to work with structures and stuff like that. That takes a while to learn all that stuff. But, you know, some people learn that. All right, so now wait a second. Mr. Andrew, I do believe I just created the wrong label for you. I did. Oh, my God. I'm talking myself into giving Andrew the wrong label. All right, let me fix this real fast, guys. Mr. Andrew, I apologize. We're going to fix this real fast. He gave me a new address to use. So I'm going to delete the old address. Old address deleted. This guy stinks. It pays well, so it's like lots of work, but for great pay. I honestly feel if you do not like the work, you will burn out before retirement. Okay, that's a very important idea. You will burn out from computer science before retirement. You'll quit that job and you'll be doing something else. If you enjoy it, that is the sign to pursue it. A very good sign is you're good at math. You're good at solving little annoying puzzles all day long. Maybe you play chess all day long. Those are good signs. Those are good signs. If those things bore you, you get bored by it. Not for you. All the people I found that were really skilled at programming when I was at the school. Remember, I was the president of the computer science club at my university for like 2 years of my education. They were all really nerdy, and they were all really highly sensitive people. Well, you could tell there was a lot going on in their brain, and they just sit there and play around with little ideas all day long. Those are the people who are very clearly there because they were properly good at coding. Then there were all these people that really just wanted to make money. Okay, so, but if you want to just make money in technology, you need to go find a technology job that matches your skill sets instead of just going, I'm going to be a programmer. You know what I mean? So you got to find something that matches your skill set, because there's a lot of business-minded people that really just want to make good money. And so that's why they end up getting into computer science. All right. And I watched those people melt out of this. They just fell off like flies in education, by the way. When we started, there we go, Andrew Sager, we got your label. When we started, we had a maxed out classroom of people in computer science. By the end of like the first year, that class size had fallen in half. They'd all dropped the courses. All of them. They'd all dropped the courses. And actually, I remember talking to the professor about this. He says the first year courses are intentionally difficult to try to weed people out of the subject, because he doesn't want to educate people that don't really love computer science. He's like, the goal is to make it somewhat difficult. They intentionally don't hold your hand. At the college I went to, they don't hold your hand because they want you to just have to go read the book on your own on how to code. Okay, here we go. Christine Andrews with the big order. Don't open any packs. I need shipping for all my slabs. There's like 12 of them. I have slabs under the name Funko PDX. I should have 2. Ship my box. Can I get 1 pack of slab sleeves, 1,000 count of the card graders? Oh, snap. And 2 PSA slab magnetic displays, and 2 Minecraft packs, and 4 white stars. So Christine's got a really big order. All right. And you used caps lock. Good job. So you've got a box. Let's add some booster packs to the box. So 4Y Star Wars, not to be opened. Too much drugs in high school. Yeah, that's crazy. Doing drugs as a kid. Well, they end up on the street. Not all of them. Some of them do, though. Eventually, 1 or 2 of them were actually becoming drug addicts. You're not very smart when you're in high school. I never had to deal with anything like that. Okay. So there's those 2 things. Okay, these don't get open. And we're going to print a label now. We're going to get you a label for a big box. Christine, I have the same address that starts with the 1. Okay, it's going to say medium box. Mr. Stream has been lagging a lot. Interesting. I'll do a quick reset. I'll turn the camera off, and then I'll turn it back on. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here goes. All right, so we did a little refresh on the camera. Hopefully that helps. I don't know if it will. All right, now I need to write some notes for John. Are you the smartest in your family? It's funny you say that. I believe I was. I would play like the Pokemon card game, and I'd just beat everybody. Then I'd play the video games, and nobody wanted to play video games with me anymore because I would just beat everybody. And then I was really like into chess, and nobody could win against me, so nobody wanted to play with me anymore. So as a kid, I had this really serious problem where I couldn't play games with anyone anymore because no one would ever win, and so they didn't like playing games with me. So I had a very serious problem with that. And it was, then I'd be all sad. They'd be like, I'm not playing that with you. I love playing Advanced Wars, which was kind of like chess. I've been playing Advanced Wars by myself all day long recently. So you want Funko PDX. One pack of slab sleeves, 2 PSA slabs, plus 2 PSA display. There you go. All right, cool. Can we see some slabs? I feel you, mister. Firstborn are always smartest. Well, I wasn't the firstborn. I had an older sister. She was the firstborn. I had 2 older sisters. I was the third. The oldest sister is also, I would call her maybe, if she was also really smart. Yeah, you could just tell she had a great interest in medicine in particular and psychology. And she and I would get into these arguments, and they were so snippety-snappity. We'd be arguing back and forth. And when I was a kid, even when I was a kid, I knew there was something special about how fast we were arguing with each other. I knew we had to have some kind of linguistic skill in order to talk that quickly and that well. We were only like 10 years old, and we would be like debating something we heard on like some sort of news network. Here we are. Very snippety-snappity. She'd talk real fast. I think she found that it was interesting that I could talk so quickly, too. I wish there was a way to put this with the rest of your stuff real easily. I need, like, a bag. Okay, let me put this over here. You know, it's weird. I actually don't feel as smart as I used to be. I feel like I've gotten older and dumber. Isn't that funny? So if you guys wanted to hear me really yipper-yapper, probably when I was, like 20 years old, I think I talked faster than I do now. Now I think I'm just kind of like, I'm definitely slower. How old I'm 34 now. I don't feel as smart as I was 10 years ago. Maybe I'm more knowledgeable. That's different, though. I'm talking about, like, brain processing speed. I feel like my brain slowed down. Here's Licky Tongue. Ooh. And here's Wiggly Tough. Did you get 1,000 graders? Yes. Oh, the 1,000 graders. Hold on. Thank you. That goes in a different label. That's why I hadn't printed it yet. Okay. So that is a separate label. Print. Okay. There we go. So that comes with the separate label, and that'll be in a separate box. There we go. You separated from your sisters, so mine didn't have to work so hard. True. Get you a really smart wife so you can have smart kids. I did. My wife is so she's a software engineer lead right now, and she is making some big bucks, and she's got a complicated job. So all I gotta do is have kids now, and then I can die, I guess. That's how it feels. You have your kids and die. All right, Ephraim would like a Prism World Cup soccer pack. You got it, man. Time for me to have my kids and move on. Time for me to die. 2 Azure lanes. So I feel like I've done all these other things. I haven't done one thing. I haven't had kids. And I consider that an important thing to do in life. So that's the one thing we have to do. I have something coming for you soon. Just keep an eye out for it. Sounds good, Funko. You mean you're sending me something? You need your older sisters to keep you on a work trend. Don't be a sap, mister. Your life done at 36? Well, I mean, I think by the time you have kids, you're like a successful animal, basically. You know what I mean? So you do all this abstract ideas like school, career. That's like intelligence gathering, resource gathering. But really, it's all to finish sort of like a primary goal, which is to, you know, have children, pass your genes down. And then after that, at that point, you're a successful animal. Anything before that, you're not. So I'm not quite successful in my own mind yet until I've had kids. But I've just been maximally enjoying not having kids. So, you know, oops. So that's a bit of, oh my God, what is this? Bro, Afrain, what a lucky night for you. There's so many people opening up Azure Lane and you just pulled a signature. Check that out, guys. So she is going for a swim, it looks like. Man, I wish that was me. Look at the little cute little duck thing in the background. She doing like a salute? There we are. Do we have to be live to claim for our pack breaks? You can order and have me open them. I mean, you don't have to be present, I guess. What do you mean by that? Do you have kids? What you doing right now would be super hard to do again. What? 3 signature a case, right, mister? There's multiple signatures in a case. That's right. All right. Too busy with kids. 1 to 2 from Azure Lane case. Whoop. Azure Lane has been very popular on this channel. I can't imagine why. Couldn't tell you why it's so popular. Is that an American flag she has? No, it's just some sort of cute little thing band on her wrist. Eat better will help sperm count, mister. I'm going to go have some sardines right now. That's a $50 card. Okay. Here's Montasar Talby. Yeah, I feel like I've been in sort of like a phase in life. The early phase in life is sort of work very hard, save up money, get a house, get a career, get some savings going. I'm ready for like the next phase in life, which is sort of like start a family. And starting a family at 34 is actually even a bit later in life. You know what I mean? Because if I had a kid this year, 18 years from now, I'm going to be like in my 50s, dude. So I got to stay healthy and young. And yeah, my dad, of course, at this age, my dad would have had like 6 kids by now. So he was just pumping out the kids. He didn't have the things I had, though. He didn't have the financial success. So yeah, just different ways of doing things. But yeah, it's fascinating. Maybe his way's better. Maybe having lots of kids is smarter. You know, society is still defining concepts like success and wealth. Oh, there you go. You got numbered out of 199. I can't say his name. Abdul Rahman. There we go. Abdul Rahman Garib from Saudi Arabia. Sweet. You'll be 50 in 18 years. Yep. Mister needs more septiles and Armaldos. I'm just too afraid of having kids with disabilities. Then you are a caretaker for life. Gotta go for it, man. Here we are. Connections. Alex's definition of simp. I knew families, by the way. Since we were a large family, we knew other large families. And there was one family, was it the Mashmeyers? I can't remember which one it was. It was like the Mashmeyers or it was the Lobers. And they had like 13 children. They had more than us. And one of the children was disabled. Yeah. You have Argentina Julian Alvarez. They had a disabled child, the youngest child. And, you know, the mom must have been working overtime. But society just kind of teaches you to be afraid of having a family. I don't know. It is hard work. But it's like you're living life too, is what I have to say about it. You're living life. Because I've sort of lived this other kind of life now in my 20s and 30s, and I guess early 18 or whatever, right? So I've lived this other life in my 20s where I have no family members, and I'm looking back on those 10 years, 20 to 30. What did I do? I watched TV, played video games, I had sex. That's it. That's not, you know, there's nothing really nothing really deep or meaningful really occurs in that sort of like this chasm of self-indulgence, and all the meaningful things occur within having a family, essentially. You know, so you ask yourself, like, what's meaningful in life? And it's like, well, probably not laying around and masturbating, right? That's not actually that meaningful in life. Feels good temporarily, but it's sort of similar to like this whole concept of a drug that we've been talking about, right? Like everyone's addicted to fentanyl. Well, maybe everyone's addicted to avoiding the displeasure of having to change a poopy diaper as well. You know what I mean? Mr. Frayne. Man, I'm talking surprisingly well tonight for not having slept at all. Did I tell you guys I didn't sleep today? I had 1 hour of sleep. I had just 1 hour. I stayed up all day. I don't know why I'm doing so well. Weird. Should be like yawning and everything. My body just must be like attuned to streaming at this hour. All right, let's get this put away. That was a successful pack. I liked what you got. You got signature and you got a numbered soccer player. Football. You've been up for like 30 hours. Yeah, I'm exhausted. It was worth it, though. I got the hanky-panky. It was worth it. Here we are. Still is Mr. Don't Knock It Till You Try It. I skateboard. That was life. Skateboarding's life. There we go. Sex hurts, says these nuts. Yeah, your butt must be very sore. Just teasing you. All right, let's do a rotate on these. You ready? Let's see what we got. Machoke Me Daddy. Looking great. Blaine's Charmander. Ah, that's a nice one. That sounds like a potential break right there. Crobat Vmax. He's fun. Okay, here we are. Another Crobat Vmax. So we don't want to have doubles of those. There we go. Abra from Merlin Series 2. Put the simp emote back, says John Silver. Sounds good, I should. Octavio says 5 across time. I'm just, I procrastinate on certain things, like the emojis. Who won the Beedrill break? It was Matthew Penna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. If you didn't get simp, I swear. Okay, here we are. Octavio. How long did he wait for this? He waited 1 hour. Oh, man, I better speed it up. What time is it? 3:08? All right. Too much talking. Not enough pokies, man. Too much talking. Is Lost Thunder a pack break or a box? It's a box break. Lost Thunder, $22 per pack. We just finished Steam Siege. That was a lot of fun. Lost Thunder is a set that has Tyranitar in it. It's got Lugia in it. It's got Suicune in it. So it's a real popular Sun and Moon era set. It seems to just be going up in price. So jump in, because $22 today could be $30 down the road. Just saying, because not a great deal long ago, it was just about $14 a pack. Now it's going for $22. The prices on those older boxes are changing. Here we go. Good thing comes when you're patient. Steam Siege was fire. It's fun opening Steam Siege. I like opening older sets. Just don't ask me about the bulk, okay? Can I have my bulk? No bulk! The way Lost Thunder has gone up in price, I think Silver Tempest will do the same eventually. Now, I don't know if it's because it's a Lugia set, because there's a lot of good Sun and Moon sets. I think it has more to do with the fact that these boxes that were sort of like in affordable ranges are just getting gobbled up by, you know, quote-unquote investors. 6 Corrupted Art says, 1 live custom, 1 Disney. 6 Corrupted Art. Zoop. Oh, you got the Sniper-Rooney. You ready? All right. Gotta demand what you want sometimes, Alex. 10 TCC grades. Oh, I forgot that was in there. So you've got 10 grades. Give me a second. That's going back in. That does not get pulled very often. Sometimes whether something gets pulled or not is down to luck. I'm pissed. That's a lot of grades. I was doing that to make sure John had enough work. There we go. There we go. That's not bad. You pull that for 20 bucks. If you were to grade 10 cards today with me, that would have cost you $70. Would have been the cheapest. There we go. Those tag team get eaten up now. Their bank, I knew it was going to happen, but was too poor. 10 free grades to keep John busy. Okay, 6. Make sure John's got a couple grades to work on. Would you like to see your bag real fast, by the way? Let's see what's in your bag. Wobble Fett. Pidgey Lugia's nice. Bahamut full art, that's nice. There's a full art. This is a non-holo, I don't know if I'd bother. Steamboat Willie's nice. Yuna's nice. Oh, this is real nice. You got a stamped card. Aroma Lady's nice. Locke's nice. Oh, man, you got Lilo and Stitch, and you got Captain Hook. So I'm just showing off some potential grades. 6 corrupted. I'm showing off some potential grades. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be 10 right there, by the way. So these would be like the kind of cards you want to focus on. Cards like this. Okay. All right. Congratulations on that. We got to get you your Disney now. That's a deal. You put Mr. Slab on eBay. You know, Mr. Jonathan Morris reached out to me today and said he sold another 2 TCC slabs. He says, surprisingly, his Magic the Gathering TCC slabs sell pretty well. All right. So 1 Disney. Here goes. I'll buy it from you for $20, 6. Whoa. I think she could at least get $40 for it, don't you think? Because even if you paid $40, you're almost getting half off the cost of the grading. So she shouldn't ask for anything less than $40. Here's Goofy. Shoop. Yeah, it's possible to sell it. I can transfer it to someone else's bag. There we go. 6, what you missing from Disney? Emilio says, shh. Hey, I like 6 too. She's 6 is a good customer too. She's opening a lot of cards. We gotta be nice to her. We can't let her get thrown to the vultures. Emilio, you're funny, man. Octavio says, bulk grade the Tai Kamiya card. You got it, Mr. Octavio. Yuck. That's right. You got your Goofy practice going on. Yuck. Gosh. The who? The Tai Kamiya? What is a Tai Kamiya? Can anyone tell me what the Tai Kamiya is? Doraemon. I think that's a character card from this. There it is, Tai Kamiya. I remember that. Okay, cool. We got it. I have a whole box I opened, sitting in a bag. Grade everything TCCG to the moon. I think that it's a fun little thing, you know, that all the cards were just graded by me. It's a very different kind of grading, you know, because when you send cards off to PSA, it's a whole company, it's a whole organization, right? They got a lot of investment, they got a lot of equipment, they got a lot of different graders, a lot of different people. This is more like, you know, this one was graded by a Pokemon YouTuber. That's it. So it's a very different feel, a very different concept. There we go. I think that it does closely rely on how you feel about this channel a little bit and how well you think I'm doing detecting flaws in a card. When I get this other TCCG slab I won, I will give you feedback. Was my order done? Says Mr. Hathim. I don't think so. I don't think I've done a Hathim order yet. Have I? What was your order? Do you remember? Bulk grade? Okay, bulk grade. I'm going to see $5 slab breaks. $5 slab break. Yes. So we got 2 of those going on, I think. There are 2 $5 slab breaks. They're both pretty cute. They're PSA 9 first edition common and commons from Gym Heroes. Sabrina Abra and Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite. Mr. Chris, One Soccer received the messy. Thanks for the extra care with the packaging. That's Mr. John. That's why we like John. Sometimes John is doing a really good job, and it sounds like he did a good job, huh? So good job for Mr. John, because shipping those kind of items is really tricky. You know what's nice, Chris, is you didn't even have to pay extra money for the insurance. It was just packed well. So that's what we like to do. And, yeah, the big gains for that one card. Here goes. Let's see what we got. My sealed box was open on stream and all hits are in the bag. It's definitely verifiable. Hey, mister, what's the status of Lost Thunder? I couldn't see it on the menu. You got to refresh the menu. I forgot to add it to the menu, so I didn't add it till much later. $22 a pack, Lost Thunder. We just started it tonight. Steam Siege finished yesterday at the end of the stream, so we just started Lost Thunder. There's no one in it yet. It's a little pricier at $22 a pack. Maybe what we'll do is we'll actually pick like a day where you got to be in the Lost Thunder break or it's over. So here's Hector Herrera. You know, let's do this. So we'll do Lost Thunder until next week, Saturday. It ends on Saturday, guaranteed ends on Saturday. If it sells out before then, we'll finish the box before then. Frederico. Here is Joe Roden from Wales. All my shipments have been really well packed. John always packed the box as well. Mister, what time zone are you in? Just asking, because you always stream late. I live in Missouri. You got Kyogo Furuhashi from Japan. Not a numbered one this time. Darn it. And that is called Central Time Zone. So for me, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Alfonso Davies. Okay, Alfonso Davies from Canada. Oh, Canada. I always pack the box. There we go. Here's Luka Sukic. Luka. I like that name, Luka. It's pretty cool sounding. I have a brother named Luke. Romelo and Enner Valencia. There we go. All right. Did you say something about Wales? Are you from Wales, Mr. Nath? This guy, he's a player from Wales. Joe Rodon, Wales. He's a rookie. Okay, thanks, Chris. I believe we put you on the table by now. It's a movie, mister. That's probably why. Oh, I am tired. I can feel it now. Yeah, I'm tired. I feel it. Just had to move around in my seat more. There we go. How is Wales different from, like, England, for example? How's Wales different? Because I understand that England had to go in and, you know, fight the Welsh and take the land and all that stuff. They had to go conquer you and all. And so now you're part of the United Kingdom. But so it's like a separate, you know, I don't think a lot of people understand Wales. What is Wales? Wales was a separate country. Is that right? You guys had your own language, right? Your own distinct language. Here we go. What do we got? Roger Gray. Roger Gray's next. He says 27 toward my slow bro. You got it, Roger. Give us some education on this. 27. So you have $90 remaining. Boom. All right, that's updated. One absolute discord. Where'd I put that? Oh. My name is Roger. Says Random Gamer. Very nice. Wales is a principality, but we have our own government, a.k.a. Senedd. Huh. Whales are marine mammals, says Edwin. We have our own government. Oh, that's interesting. So, see, that kind of reminds me of Scotland. So Scotland and Wales and Britain. Ireland escaped being part of the UK. That's very interesting to me. How did Ireland manage to do that, I wonder? See, I don't know much about your history over there because they don't teach it over here. Scootaloo, we got our own history to have to learn. Nice to meet another Roger for once. Kind of rare. There we go. Scootaloo, my little pony. Northern Ireland was born. Northern Ireland. They're still fighting, right? They do not like each other being separated the way that they are. I have a box in an odd spot. Oh, you saved me so much time by saying that because I forget about this every single time. One day I'll remember, but it takes a while. Northern Ireland. Okay, very good. The British settled the land and took it away. Settling's a big deal, man. Once people start moving in, they say, hey, this is my home now. Jared Everett, 2 Opus. Now you gotta fight me for it. I meant, oh, I already read that. Here we are. Jared Everett. So these are my favorite Final Fantasy pack. If you guys did not know, this is the pack that gives you a chance for the very expensive Cloud card. I should have that Cloud card laying around so I can show it off. Northern Ireland's part of the UK and Southern is not. Well, yes, I know that. I don't know when it happened, but the UK takes Northern Ireland away from Ireland. And so you're right, they've got a chunk of Ireland too, don't they? But there is a Southern Ireland, and they managed to escape being owned by the UK. You know what I mean? Being part of the group. I like Ireland a lot, and Scotland and all that, and I don't know as much about Wales, but I love that you guys are all like one little island together. That's very cool. All right, what we got? We got Warrior of Light. You got Lightning. That's pretty good. Okay. I understand Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland fight a lot. They don't like each other. Hey, mister, like, could you show my small bag? I really just want to see if my Charmander is in there. How's it going, man? Why are you asking that? Are you saying that the Charmander got removed? Or here's Jared Everett. Scotland is beautiful. Scotland. Okay, we'll toss this over here. Jared Everett. I'm just saying, because I got these orders to open for people that are opening cards. Jared Everett waited 1 full hour for this order, so I kind of want to get these open. I feel like it, yeah, says John. Here we are. All right. John, if you place a penny order to have me look for your bag, I'll do it then, okay? But I got to do it when your turn pops up, okay? Got to let these guys go first. Here's Alex, One Shining Face. I would never remove a card from your bag, so you must be worried that maybe there's 2 bags that need to be combined or something, right? Here we go, Mr. Alex. Busy night? Not terribly busy. I think I'm just going slow. I think I need to speed up a little bit. Yeah, not terribly busy. Here's Garookie. Ooh. Shut up. I'm so tired of monkeys. All right. Alex. Monkeys are so annoying. Alex was going in for that Charizard snipe. I like Porthcawl in Wales. Go there every year. I feel like there's this whole place I've never been. And I want to know more about it. There you go. What do you guys think about Northern Ireland one day reunifying with Southern Ireland? Do you guys think that's a good idea or a bad idea? Hathim, Mr. Hathim, 5 sneaker bunkos. All right, Hathim, this is the box. This is the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is the box where we pull you that big signature. All right. Here we go. There we go. The Pokemon Company have an office in Dublin, Ireland. Is it Dublin or Dublin? I think it's Dublin. Very strategic for Brexit purposes. Here we are. Let's see. Actually, oh, that's funny as hell, dude. Hathim, the very first pack is a signature card. Oh my God, Mr. Hathim. He traded me an expensive card for a whole box of Sneaker Bunko, and it was junky. Then he traded me another slab. Then he opened all these booster packs that he paid for. First pack of the next order was the signature. Happy endings do come true. Wow, man. That's so funny. It's just too bad it's not a sexier one, but there you go. You got your signature. Very good. I did not expect that at all. I thought you were just going to strike out the whole time again. That's what I'm used to. You know, on average, you mostly strike out. That's just how any stream goes, because there's so many more cold packs than there are hot packs. Whew. I've included the review with my bag with every following order. I'm sure if you check my order history, you'll find I'm constantly asking about my first bag and that Charmander, but it's never verified. Oh, okay. What's your bag name? So you're saying you have an ongoing issue. And, yeah, what's the bag name? because I don't know who you are. I just know that your YouTube name says John Silver. I'd hate to send a penny order, but I'll order again soon, and I'll include it. Richard Silver. Okay, and what kind of Charmander was it? Do you remember? Doop. Richard Silver. The Megumin 1K 1000 cards. Yeesh. Okay, the sexy. Apparently sexy girl cards are doing fine. A base set pack break Japanese Charmander. Huh. Okay. Toss this over here. All right, that's for Mr. Hathim. Hathim. And so you're saying normally you come in, you place an order, we notice that the card's not in your bag, and then what do I normally say? Do I say something like, oh, you must have a second bag or something like that? I must say something like that probably, right? Let me ask you another question. Is it a really, really old bag that would have had the Charmander? How long ago would you say the Charmander got pulled? Okay, did Hathim have a box by now? Yes, Hathim got a box. Give me all your bulk, mister. I honestly don't even get to see my bag. I can show you your bag. It's just that normally the way it works is we show your bag when an order is placed. That's why I was like, go place a penny order. I'll do it. There we go. I just... Here's why I don't want to create a system where people jump the line to look at their bag. That's all. And people would do that if they could. That's one of the things I've learned about this. The moment you start interacting with people a certain way, everyone kind of catches on. But you've got an actual issue, it sounds like. So I'm asking some questions. You can look on the order history, right? Yeah, I was just, well, you know, if you have it memorized, do you remember roughly when we pulled the Charmander? It wasn't like a year ago, right? You wouldn't say it was a year ago. I'm just checking because we want to make sure it's not like a year-old repo issue. Here's Nicholas Richardson, one Espeon slab break. You got it. He says no. Okay, so then it's potentially a lost bag or a misshipped bag or a card that was placed into the wrong bag. And you're saying it was a Charmander. Richardson, son of Richard. He says 4 to 5 months max. Oh, you're saying the signature card's a $277 card. Wow. He says, or wrong name. Yes, because I have been known to occasionally put a card in the wrong bag. I occasionally have done that. And usually it gets caught. Somebody goes, hey, that wasn't the right bag. There you go. Nicholas Richardson. Trying to think if I would have one of those on hand. You said it was Richard Silver? You know, I don't even think there's a point of looking. If you're saying, so here's Richard Silver. Okay, so there's Richard Silver. Wow, you got this amazing looking Gengar, dude. Damn. What did we pull that out of? That looks awesome. Robert Churchill, Roman Orr, Ryan Morrill. Campos, Robert Noren, Raul. Trying to think if I would have some kind of replacement card. Oh! Ta-da! Richard Silver has 2 bags. So it's like what I was saying. You have an issue where you have 2 bags. All right, so I must have had trouble finding one of your bags, and so I created a new bag. Vulpix, Charmander, right there. You're good. So you had a 2-bag scenario. All better. How about that, Richard? It did not get put into the wrong bag, which is a pretty rare mistake, but it does happen. But it was an issue where you got 2 bags. So that happens when I'm not sure if you've got a bag already. And I'm having trouble finding it. And so I go, well, I don't have time to keep searching, so I'm just going to create a new one. There we go. I bet you had a bag that got pushed into the back. Whew. I'm still simping. Thanks, John. All solved. Now we can all be happy. Grant Kwan, 1 Simpsons and shipping. Mr. Grant. Don't forget my Arwen signature in the Cool Kids box. Let's grab that now. Whew. Okay. And I believe I also maybe had a Rainbow Zard slab. I'd check on that one. Well, so the slab will be added when John does the shipping. So he's got all the slabs and he adds it in. So he checks for your name, Grant Kwan, on the back of all the slabs. I had another bag missing, but I wanted that Char. You think you got 3 bags? I mean, that's possible. 3 bags? Every time you place an order, I make you a new bag. I will not do anything bad ever again. Maggie Simpson. All right. Cute, man. I like those. Okay. And we've gone through these before. These are just scenes out of the TV show. I remember doing the Crown Zenith Gonkets. Gonkets. What's a Gonket? Pre-release. Pre-release? I don't buy pre-release anything. So I've never bought pre-release anything. I just go straight to buying like the ETBs and stuff. Can I just do this? I mean, that's kind of fun. You get to keep the wax pack. That's a little bit fun if I could do that. So we'll try to keep that in the wax pack from now on. Okay, Grant, let's find your bag. Grant Kwan. I bet you're up here. Dude, I'm thirsty, man. I need another drink. My drink ran out. You're doing spots for CZETB. That does sound like me. Yeah, that does sound like me. So you're saying, oh, maybe you're, by pre-release, maybe you meant like it was a pre-order kind of thing. And I won a giveaway and won an ETB. Oh, okay. So are you thinking that I opened that ETB, or are you saying you should still have an ETB to open? Let me look. Dude, there's like a million of these. Oh, he says you did open it. Oh, okay. You had me looking. I thought maybe you had an unopened ETB. All right. Well, let's take a look at this real fast then. I don't know what the Crown Zenith mark is, though. Actually, I think it is a crown, isn't it? Well, that's a Crown Zenith right there. So this is the Crown Zenith promo. So you got the promo in your bag. I think that suggests you might have gotten the Crown Zenith cards. Are these little things here? Is that the Crown Zenith? That's it on the Ditto. Oh, okay. So it looks like we might have opened it for you. It might just not have had any hits in it, because some of those Crown Zenith boxes were like bonkers cold. Like, look, you got a Swablu as well. Yeah, you might have just gotten a bad box. That definitely happens. So you got an Altaria, and you got a Gudra, it looks like, and then a whole bunch of hollows. Yeah, Crown Zenith, sometimes the ETBs are like trash. Yeah, my ETB was rigged. Oh, that's sad. It's kind of amusing for me to watch. I'm like a spectator, not just the guy opening the cards, but I don't like to see it. I like to see you pull hot ones, but yeah, it's funny. Okay, so Grant Kwan. Terrible, man. You open up a whole box. Retail would have been like 40 or 50 or something like that, plus taxes, right? Plus taxes. You can't forget that part. And you pull like an Altaria and a Swablu or something. Oh my god, dude. I've been gypped. That's Pokemon cards, though, for you. Pokemon card pack opening is gambling. That's what it is. Everyone kind of knows that. It's a style of gambling that is legal because it's surprise mechanics. Altaria is Silver Tempest. Hey, Mister, just joined. Did you already do Lost Thunder Break, or is it new? It's new, so you can jump into it. Once again, thank you, Mister. No problem. It's all sorted, Mr. John. All right. So, now we have Samuel Pollard. Shipping for my small bag. If not on account already. Okay, Mr. Samuel Pollard is doing an international shipping. So this will take a second, everybody. Ugh. From the SA box. I feel like we don't get a lot of SA names. What was the name on the bag? This is all we have. We have a Sam Ranga. Oh, there it is. That didn't look like it was you. Look at this. This is all we have in the SA box. The SA box is almost empty. Look at this one. Expired back in April. This one expired this month. Scuffed prod. These are year-old bags, man. Crazy. People just abandon their bags. They had to come back and ship them before they get taken away. So, Sam, let's see what you got. My bag's worthless, to be honest. Says John Silver. No, man, you got that Gengar in there. He's definitely worth something. What are you talking about? The Gengar's got to be worth something. If you grade that Gengar, I guarantee you, even if he grades 9, he goes for like 60 bucks. And somebody will be like, I'll buy that. So I guarantee you that'll still go for like 60 bucks. Because it's a rare Gengar. It's not a common artwork. People don't recognize it. So they go, ooh. If I had that Gengar and graded it, I could sell it for $60. I know I could. I'd make him a pack break or a slab break. So I think the first thing we have to do is reset the software, right? Yep. Okay, we're resetting our software. Can you believe it's June? We're halfway through the year, everybody. Holy cow, time is flying way too fast. I feel like I remember winter, January, like it was yesterday. Cannot believe so much time has gone by. Crazy. Just crazy. You almost can't enjoy time because it's going by too quickly. Okay, it doesn't look like we've shipped you before, Sam. Did you give me your phone number? You did. Okay, good. So let me log in here. Hey, I'll take that Gengar. Greedent looking pretty fly. Mister, you got to wear a helmet. Make me feel a little better, says John Silver. I would never wear a Kabuto. Biden has a GTFO. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, I promise you that Gengar's worth something. He might be worth a lot. You never know, actually. Until you actually research it. What did he come out of? Do you remember the name of the booster pack? Because I don't recognize him. He must have come out of a Diamond Pearl pack, right? Okay, Samuel, I'm putting the address together right now. It's Diamond Pearl. Imagine if you'd gotten him as a reverse holo and it graded 10. That'd be like $1,000 card. Easily. Somebody would pay $1,000 for something like that. Because it would be like, you know, it would be like pop 20 probably. It wouldn't be a very high population. All the Diamond Pearl cards are rare. Alright, so Samuel. That is a light package. You're good. Nice of you to drop in, Mr. Sam. Oops. The amount of forms you got to fill in to ship international is crazy. You guys don't understand how fast I make these international labels. I've gotten really good at it over time. There's all this data you got to fill in. There it goes. Okay, there it goes. I have 2 Pop 20 cards graded. Nice. Hope all is well. I have a question. How would you go about finding a lost item in the mail, assuming you've contacted the postal service and they say they don't have it? Great question. So the first thing I would do, so you've already got the tracking. Make sure that the tracking says delivered. If the tracking says delivered and the person it was delivered to doesn't have it, and they truly don't have it, I would immediately start asking all the neighbors, because it could have been misdelivered to a neighbor. Okay? Could have been misdelivered to a neighbor. Okay, Sam's shipped. What was I going to do? Oh, Richard, I was going to look up that Gengar real fast for fun. Let's see. I'm curious about it now. Diamond Pearl Gengar. Oh, so there's no English non-holos of him for sale. Let me check sold items. Yeah, so we do find him. He hasn't sold for a ton of money, but there are none of them for sale. So if you can just get a good grade on that one, you probably could list him for around $60, just like I was saying. 1 million days is how many hours? A lot. What will our kids do in 3,000 years from now? Our kids. They will all suck the sap off our blank. Black label Sylveon and gold label Dark Dragonite. Okay, next up, Lance Weiss. Okay, you got it, Mr. Lance. Lance is requesting a potential, well, not a potential. He's requesting a cancellation on the Ghastly Slab Away. Mr. Lance, I was wondering where you went, Lance. He kind of disappeared for a while. ZELLE says Windy City Gaming. What's up, man? Larry, we're going to find Lance's bag. So Lance is taking a little break from collecting. It's okay, Mr. Lance. A lot of people do that. The pattern I've seen, Lance, is that people go real deep, and then they take a break for a long time, and some people come back. Some people actually go back, and they're like, I want to go again. There it is. Mr. Like the ZELLE. I do like ZELLE. It's better than PayPal because there's no PayPal fee. PayPal takes a little bit. PayPal doesn't take a lot, but it all kind of adds up, you know. So, like, if we do a ton of sales, it kind of adds up to a little chunk of money. Okay, let's we're going to take a look into that Ghastly real fast. Ghastly PSA 10. Let's go grab him. So you got him in March. That was actually not too long ago. Oh, that's a nice card. Yeah, it's a nice card, man. So, I will say, though, this is a Topps Chrome card, and there was a pattern with the Topps Chrome card where not several of them, but most of them fell in value over the last couple months for some reason. I don't know why. We're going to go look it up. Yeah, all my Topps Chrome cards did poorly. Maybe they're too easy to grade 10, it turns out. So maybe more have hit the market as they return from grading. That doesn't mean that it's going to permanently... Oh, you're good. You are good. The value on it is $195. You're just fine. You're not going to be affected by it. So Ghastly is one that did not fall in price. So now we just have to find out what you applied toward it. Well, so you applied $20 toward it, but the cost of canceling is $20. So, okay, so let me just send him a penny message. I don't know if he's watching. All right, I'm going to give him a penny message. I do pokies. All right. I'm going to give him a $5 refund to be nice, though. So I was just giving him a little $5. Mr. Lance. Great stream, buddy. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. Alex, lick my balls. All right, look at this. So, wow, this sleeve is almost like cloudy. It's cloudy. Oh, it's all cloudy. Beautiful card. Topps Chrome Ghastly. We saw some of the Chrome cards fall in price. I guess not this one. This one's holding its price. That just shows you the staying power of the Gengar and Gengar evolution tree, because people do not want to sell theirs when it comes to this one. More money for Pokies. Hey, mister, do you watch Pokemon? Steven? No, I don't really watch anyone. There we go. All right. Very nice. That's back on the table now. And let's get Lance shipped out. How heavy is this? Here's this shipping. And we're going to go with a package. And print. Print. Okay. He's a cool dude. 2008, 1K. Grab this. Pop this into his bag. Lance Weiss. Pokemon Snap. What's Pokemon Snap? I got Pokemon Rumble cards. I know there's Pokemon Snap poker cards. Here's Cyber Shop 2 Battle of Legends Crystal Revenge. I'm new. Mr. Cyber Shop. How's it going, man? All right, Battle of Legends. Just put in an order, says Kevin Zhang. Wow, so late at night, too, 3:48. I'll stay up, I don't care. We're going to be doing our daily 1-hour walking stream after this at around 5:20, 5:30. I did it earlier yesterday, and I found that it was a better experience because it was cooler outside. It gets really hot out here in the summer. 3,000 years from now, our kids will be able to look back and say, Cardconomist is a legend. Oh, yeah, I'm such a legend because I opened Pokemon cards. There is going to be a lot of that going on, though. You realize? So there's all this content that's being produced, right? 3,000 years ago from now, we didn't have that. So we can't look back on ancient history and be like, wow, look at the lives of these people. But 3,000 years from now, they'll be able to look at us and be like, that was them 3,000 years ago. Isn't that going to be cool? That's going to be way cool. We're not going to be around to see it. But there will be people looking at us. So don't embarrass yourself. I can slab away. Last time I tried to slap something away, someone sniped it. You can slap that away. Sniped it. Cyber Shop. There you go. New bag. Ta-da. You go in this C3 box. Holy blank. We were a small SPC in the human world. Let me know what John so I can snipe. Okay, now we got Mr. Efrain Yanez. 2 Sneaker Banco, 1 Adventure Time, 1 Disney. Okay, 2 sneakers. So this is like an all Weiss order. We sell a lot of Weiss boosters. Snipe, locked and loaded. 1 Disney. Oh, here we are. Oh, man, we're running low on Disney. Holy cow, man. Mr. Efrain, you're up right now. Mr. Efrain. Efrain? 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 What do we get? BMO. The cat. All right, not a crazy pack here. The Adventure Time, just a holo. How about these guys? Nope. That's a holo. Oh, there we go. Sexy girl. Can't go wrong, because if you can just pull this one pink-haired girl, you win. How many boxes of sneaker you got left? I am not so sure. I think I have 1 sealed case left. Oh, and then we got plenty of boxes. Never mind. We're good. Never mind. We're good. We're set. I must have bought a ton of it, dude. I must have taken one look at it and said, this is going to be some primo product. I can't imagine the future 3,000 years. You know what I haven't done in a long time, though? I haven't price checked Sneaker Bunko in a long time. So many wars, says Random Gamer. Maybe. Maybe war will be over. Maybe there won't really be as much war. Like, everyone was shocked when Putin went into Ukraine so that he could have his boomer USSR, you know, fantasy again. Oh, we're the USSR again. You know what I mean? He wants to put back the holy Russian Empire back together, some gay crap like that. And now everyone's dying. 20,000 Russian men and Ukraine men. They're basically like the same people, too. It's so stupid, dude. They're very similar to each other because they're border neighbors. And they still kill each other just because he's got to have, like, got to slap his name on it. You know what I mean? It's dumb. But, you know, for the most part, I think that land wars where you're invading each other, they're significantly going to be lower in the future. I don't think there's going to be a ton of them. I think most war is going to be a financial kind of thing. Like, it's a futuristic kind of who can afford what. You know what I mean? So, is the fossil pack close? 8 spots left. Interesting that you opened with the scissors. I always wonder why people don't do it to save time. Glad you did. Yeah, I started that 4 years ago. I started doing that. And I'll tell you why. Is because back then I was working on TheCardconomist, my YouTube channel. That channel's got 130,000 subscribers. That was considered my career. That was my successful channel. And so I would game for about 8 hours, and then I would edit, and so my thumbs would be tired. And if I opened booster packs for another like 4 hours over here, I was like, my thumbs were like breaking. So to get around that, I started cutting the packs with the scissors because it doesn't require as much strain on your thumbs anymore. And yeah, that was the whole reason behind it. Also, when you snip the packs, it's just a nice clean cut. And when you open the packs the traditional way, I think it actually puts some pressure on the corners of the cards and the edges of the cards. So, you know, might actually be better for grading. Here's James Corley. 10 Chili Rain. 1 PokeBRUH. I'm new. Mr. James! Here goes. Your Pokemon cards will be worth so much money in 3,000 years. Maybe. Yeah, who knows? I mean, there'll be artifacts. Look at that. So this is a PokeBRUH, Raichu, Pikachu, Alakazam, Zapdos, Omastar, Reshiram, Serena, and Regieleki, and Zeraora. Very interesting. You want a little bonus card? You want a Sneaker Bunko card? Here you go. Booty butt card. 10 Chili Willies. Oops. Grab this. Ugh. What was the other channel called? What games did you play? I got kind of popular off of one particular game, Monster Hunter. And I had like a representative at Monster Hunter. I had early access to every game. Yeah, I think I was top 5 for Monster Hunter channels. And then I quit all that to do this, actually. Isn't that funny? I could still be playing Monster Hunter, making my money making Monster Hunter videos. I had Monster Hunter videos that were bringing in $1,000 of ad revenue per video, and I wasn't even doing merchandise at the time, and I wasn't doing any sponsored deals yet, where I like advertise other things. So that pathway would have worked out for me if I was still doing it. I'd probably have like 200,000 or 300,000 subscribers. I went the Pokemon card route, man. All right, video games in 3,000 years, TV, console, PC. Yeah, the gaming channel grew much faster than the Pokemon card channel grows. Pokemon card channel grows at a snail's pace. I think it's because we're actually a much smaller group. Yeah, Pokemon card collecting is not as big as video gaming at all. Let's go ahead and snip this. I'm pissed. Merch. Or Mom! Get the credit card! There you go. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that was a really crazy too. I feel like it was a really special experience having a channel that was growing so fast. But this channel is doing all right. What's this channel at? This channel is at 55,000 subscribers. So I got another 50,000 to go to break 100,000, but it just grows so much slower than TheCardconomist. But here's TheCardconomist. So TheCardconomist not doing as well as this channel. Look at this. I lost 129 subscribers in the last month. Darn. Well, that's because I don't post over there at all. I do zero posting. I do 0 posting. I still get a nice little paycheck according to this. Look at that. That's cool. All right. Let me log back into TheCardconomist. There we go. Very nice. All right. Was into Monster Hunter back in the day with my friends. Yeah, so I've been accepting paychecks basically from that other channel. It still generates me money. Really interesting. All this time later. And if they ever do like a remake of Monster Hunter, let's say in 10 years they do Monster Hunter World, remaster, 10 years from now, I guarantee you all my old videos are going to get views again. So that's something I'm looking forward to. I hope they remaster it. Dude, I get like, it's like getting royalties on a book that you wrote. It's really interesting. Come on now. But yeah, I'm all in on Pokemon now. This is the thing I like better. I like this better than Monster Hunter. Otherwise, I'd be over there working on Monster Hunter. So the Monster Hunter channel probably feels a little abandoned. I had like a whole Discord server with like, how many people were in it? It was like, it was some giant number. I don't remember. I think we had like 6,000 active users in the Monster Hunter Discord, and now it's dead. It's like a ghost town in there. So it's really sad to see that. What I should have done, and I say this all the time, I should have never left the main channel. I should have just retitled the main channel TheCardconomist. Then I'd already have 130,000 subscribers. It'd be so easy. So, but instead, I started a second channel, and I just been building it up all these years. It's a lot of work. Here's Squelvit and Calyrex. There we go. If someone ever takes over this channel for me, I can make video game videos again one day. There we go. Educational video games. All right. You still can, mister. I know. Look at that. Beautiful. Regieleki, Reshiram. I'm still pretty good at games. I play games like almost every single day. You would have had a lot of unsubs. It doesn't necessarily work like that. I'm confident you're right, but I also would have gained subscribers too. So, like, I have 50,000 new subscribers on my TheCardconomist channel. So I would have lost some subscribers and gained some subscribers too. And it could have been net negative. It probably would have been. But I think I would have stayed above 100,000 the whole time. So, so I would have right now, we would be streaming from a channel that says over 100,000. I like that. I like that. It's sort of like a pride thing, you know, being able to say like, look, I got over that $100,000 subscriber hump, because it's really hard to get over that. Here we are, Mr. James Corley. Nice to meet you, James. James, we're out of the giveaway slabs. We're all out of them. So we used to do a promo where if you were new, you got a giveaway slab, but that was a limited time, and we are all out of slabs. We might do it again in the future one day. We give away slabs pretty frequently, but I need John to come back and do some grading for me. I made out 7K this month. I think that's okay. I'd watch you even at 80. They need to bring back my boy Gipsaros. He's on the Monster Hunter Ride games now. I wish Nergigante were in Rise, but Magnamalo is a good replacement. Does buying slabs give you abs? 2 hours? I waited 2 hours for my order, says Alex. 2 hours. This is unacceptable. Alex says, one Shining Fate snipe. Oh, that's so funny. It's your turn right now. You waited 33 minutes, actually. Mister, would you channel have the by your name? Yep. So if I were to come in as the Game Economist and speak, it would have that special little check mark. And that's kind of a, that's like a brag, basically. It's not a huge one because you got YouTubers with millions of subscribers. But I mean, just getting over that initial hump of 100,000 subscribers, it does take a lot of effort to reach that point. We're trying to reach that over here, and we are making progress. We're getting closer to the 60,000 mark. So we are getting closer and closer, but I can't do it by myself. I gotta have your help, guys. You guys want to see me? I'll come in as Game Economist, and I'll comment on this live stream for fun. So Game Economist. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go search Pokemon card live stream. Interestingly, oh, there it is. There's mine. The first things that pop up aren't actually pause that. It's not live streams. that pop up. It's videos that pop up. There we go. Actually, does that have a check mark next to it, the TheCardconomist? Maybe it doesn't do a check mark if you're commenting on your own live stream. I never actually tested that before. Weird. It says I'm a moderator on my own stream. That's weird. I never gave myself. Yeah, I never gave myself the moderator role. Huh. Weird. Okay, so I do not show up with a check mark. I show up as a moderator in my own stream. Very weird. It must know that it's the same account because the TheCardconomist account is the TheCardconomist account, according to Google. So Google sees it as the same. He's an imposter. Clip it. Okay, Alex is done. Here's Jared Everett. 10 7 Deadly Sins for Jared Everett. You got it, man. I'll take the Charmander, mister, says Dare Bear. Oh. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mute TheCardconomist. Ban him. There we go. Yeah, I like Pokemon cards quite a lot more. I feel like they sort of fit into my love for sort of like financial things, banking, interest, trading. All that stuff really gets me excited. Gets my pee-pee hard. There we go. You know, I had an idea to open up a service where you could like rent a car. Rent a card is what I'm trying to say. What if you could rent my Gold Star Charizard and there was no way for you to run off with it or lose it or break it? How cool would that be? Oh, that's a holo. We need to drill another big money vintage slab. That will bring all the kids to the yard. There. Yeah, if there was a system for renting cards, that would be really new and innovative. Go. Sort of like if a museum could ship you an artifact for you to keep in your house for a little while. But I feel like in order to accomplish that, you would need to have some kind of method of renting the card out. There you go. I'd rather want my own. So imagine renting the card worked like this. Let's say you have a $100 card, and in order to rent it, you had to send $120. And then the card stayed with you for a week at $120. And when it was done, you shipped it back and you got $100 back, and $20 was the rental fee. So $20 stay with me as a cost of the rent. But then you got to enjoy the slab for $20. Now, so that concept could apply to really expensive cards. Let's say the rental fee for Gold Star Zard was like $30,000, and you just had to wire $30,000 over. And then that $30,000 is sitting with me, and you've got the card. And then when you're done with it, you send it back, and I send you $28,000 back, right? So I keep $2,000 as the rental fee. Well, maybe that's a bit high. Maybe you keep maybe the rental fee is like as low as $100. The point is, if you lose the Charizard or destroy it or keep it, I'm keeping all $30,000 of your dollars. So let's say you could rent that Gold Star Charizard for $100 a week. I think the only complicated part to that whole mess is like if it gets lost in the mail or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a clever way to allow people to rent cards that they want to hold, they want to play with, but they don't actually want to keep it. They don't want to own it. Too much risk. Yeah, and that's what I said. There's too much risk involved, but it can be designed so that the risk is not on the business owner, but on the person doing the renting. Here we are. What if they put it up their bum and clean it really well? You'd be none the wiser. I guess if they cleaned it really well, I wouldn't care at that point. There you go. They can whack off to it. I don't care. What's the purpose of renting it? Well, the purpose would be to have a Gold Star Zard in your home for a while. So, like, let's say it was $100 a week, and you could have a PSA 10 Gold Star Charizard, and he normally costs $20,000. Let's say he's a $20,000 card. Well, you send me $25,000, and I'll ship the card to you to hold. You can keep it in your house for a month if you want, and then you ship it back, and you get $24,600 back. So for you, it's like taking a really expensive item on a test run, or getting to play with it and enjoy it and look at it and display it and then just send it back and get all your money back. This could have, there could be real purposes to that. There could be like, you want to make a YouTube video. You want to, maybe you're hosting an event and you want it to be sort of like the centerpiece of your event. So there's all kinds of reasons for it. And now, a $20,000 card, only some people are going to rent it. You're talking about big ballers are going to rent the $20,000 card. But let's say you got a $1,000 card and you're renting that out for $35 a week. Really not that much. So you can rent a $1,000 card, $35 a week, and you have to deposit $1,200 into my account to rent it. Then when it gets returned to you, you get that money back minus the $35. See, so that's a system that really could work because the risk has been removed for the renter. The risk is on the rentee. Jared Everett, because if you keep it, I'm just going to go and take that money to replace the card. I'm going to burn some bulk, says Yolan. This may be a dumb question, but what is a Pokemon English bulk box? It's a box full of this. It's a real big box, and it's full of this. So those are considered bulk cards, and I don't make money off of those, to be clear. Okay, guys, listen. So a large chunk of that money is just shipping, right? So the label is like $15 for shipping, and then John also actually has to put the boxes together, and as it turns out, the English bulk is one of the lower, there's not as much of this as there is of all the other stuff. So John gets paid about $21 an hour, and so he's a cost for me when he's working on putting those bulk boxes together for you guys. So in the end, if I make anything, it's like $5, maybe $10. I don't really make money on bulk. I could just throw it all away and tell John, you know what, John, don't worry about bulk. Work on something more meaningful. Jared Everett, boom. No crazy pulls in there, Jared. No full art. No edged card. Mister, you still taking orders? For you? For Mr. Sven? Of course. I'll take another Sven order. What's the status on the gold-plated cards? Gold-plated cards? What are you talking about? What's that mean? I never heard of no gold-plated card. Eric J. Lopez, 26 minutes of waiting. He says, I have a small bag, one Poke Celebration. Don't worry, Kevin, you're actually right after this one. I already saw you. 2 spots in the Abra Mini. You got it. Here we are. So Eric J. Lopez. 3, 4. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, let's get this snipped. Gardevoir. Look at that. It's Gardevoir. Lovely. Very nice. Okay, Eric with an E. That's like a snipe. The Pika UPC cards. UPC. Oh, yeah. So, I had some that I had one I wanted to cross grade, I think. Unless you're talking about the other promo. Those were like yellowish, though. I don't think you're talking about the other promo. Ooh, that's pricey. Love that Sandshrew. Very cute. Look at that Lugia 10, man. That's kind of cheap. We have Mr. Kevin Zhang, and he says, 1 Chilling Reign, 1 Final Fantasy. Mr. Kevin, it's your turn now. Try to remember the name for you. There you go. All right, Opus 1. That's nice. Tonight was pretty decently busy, huh? Thwacky. Thwack. First Final Fantasy pack. Let's go. Oh, first pack. You could get crazy luck. These scissors are so dull. There we go. Oh, Yuna's not bad. Yeah, Yuna's not bad. Laguna, Onion Knight, Cosmos. Overall, I think you got some great cards in here. Let's go ahead and check for Cloud as well. All right, so we checked the commons for Cloud. That's Opus 1, the oldest Final Fantasy card game set in this series, the Opus series. And so there's some really nice cards in here. There's a Lightning, there's a Sephiroth, there's a Cloud, and there's more. And they tend to sell for more than the other sets sometimes, not always. Cloud himself always does sell for the most. So if you want the most money, you got to pull Cloud. And so if a set has a really good Cloud, that's going to make money. But Opus 1 is really popular. So there's multiple characters you can pull, and it overall just looks so nice. It's a really nice look to it. See that again. Dude, it looks like the table's buckling, man. That's got me a little bit worried. Dude, it looks like the table's buckling under the weight of these shelves. I wonder if the table would ever break. If the table broke, what would it do? Let me scooch back a bit. Man, the table looks fine for that. Huh, weird. Yeah, I don't know. Did you do last orders? Yeah, no more orders, guys. No more orders. Start wrapping it up. It's 4. I'm super tired. Did I tell you guys I only slept 1 hour today? I'm kind of tired. I'm still going to go on that walk, though. No skipping the walks. Walks are necessary. They're required. Derek Ortega for the Blaine's Charmander. Okay, Derek Ortega. Yeah, I'm so sleepy. I almost feel dizzy. 1 bag, 2 slabs. I have a different address. I should have an order of shipping on my bag. Last time I ordered was on March 29 for reference. My address is blank. All right, Mr. Derek. Mr. Derek. What a nice name. Did you buy your boat? Yeah, I did actually. I went boat shopping and I bought a boat, guys. That's funny. The guys who were here at the early part of the stream already heard that. I'm realizing you guys didn't know that. We bought a boat today. Yay! It was not really that expensive. It was $24,000. I thought it was going to cost $30,000, so I was really pleasantly surprised to hear it was only $24,000. It's brand spanking new, not used. Brand new boat. Built this year, 2023. So really happy with that. It's definitely a luxury item. I don't recommend spending money on something like that until you're at a point in life where you feel like you can spend some money like that. John Silver says accepted. I'm aware they accepted the cards, then denied them. What? It's the boat I showed you guys, the compact switch. And eventually, when we have it in the water and we're driving it around, we'll be able to record some clips of us playing in it. All right, Derek, let's get this address. Think of it like a Sea-Doo, but a big fat Sea-Doo. It's basically, that's the idea of this boat. It's like a big fat Sea-Doo. But it's a boat. It's a Tri-Toon specifically. A really small Tri-Toon. And I thought that's really clever. And I've heard, I watched a ton of reviews on it. People say it's very sporty. It's very fun. But at the same time, it's a boat. So, it's, you know, you can have your family on it. I'm like, that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. I don't want some gigantic boat. I want a smaller, faster boat. Congrats. But I was anticipating it costing $33,000. I was ready to pay that. So I thought it was going to be $33,000. And it was cheaper than that. I was really surprised. I was like, really? There we are. Captain Mister. We're going to take the old boat. Make sure you be careful on that boat now. Yeah, I agree. No accidents. No accidents. That would be stupid. We're going to take the other boat and probably try to sell it. And so when that boat's sold, we're just going to get most of our money back anyways. So this is not very expensive for us. I think we paid about $24,000 on the other boat, and I'm hoping it'll sell for about $18,000. So if we can get $18,000 cash back on the other boat, then yeah, it's like we didn't spend all that much, and we got a brand new boat, and it's going to be more fun and easier to park and all the good stuff. Okay, Derek Ortega, you've been shipped. New address. We used the new address. I got your email in. Sven Jansen, 1 live. All right, let's start there. Sven Jansen. It's a cold live. 1 Shiny Fates, 1 Disney. See you soon. I am 10 days on vacation. Dude, have a nice vacation. I like hearing that. So a shiny face. Here it is. And a Disney. Going on vacation. Oh, okay, so the Disney box is empty. You can host boat rides at the Airbnb when you rent it out. I could do that in theory. Actually, that's a really good point. Oh, you know, maybe we should leave that boat over there. And if you guys come down to visit, maybe we get into the water on my other boat. Oh, man. But I don't know. That's such a waste of money. Could you imagine having all that money put into a boat and you just occasionally use it to take like some friends out? I don't know. That sounds like a waste, man. That does sound like a waste. Then again, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I will have to think about it. Are you into comics? No. Mr. Sven, see, I'm here now. My head's all messed up. I'm like trying to figure out if I really want to sell the other boat. I feel like I definitely should. I don't want to have to take care of it. All right, you will need to give me a second, Mr. Sven. We need a fresh case, so I'll be back. Crazy how much of this has been opened. You know, I used to have 4 cases of this. You guys opened it all? 4 cases. Now the last case, the 4th one, is getting open right now. That's pretty wild, man. Still no Steamboat Willie. So you guys have gone real deep and no Steamboat. Fresh case, just see how it goes, and you just start advertising the Airbnb. It does not do well the first couple of weeks. Oh, I don't need to advertise it. I got a property manager who's going to do all that for me. I was just thinking about if you guys come down. So you guys are totally allowed to come down and rent the house, and we'll meet each other, and that'll be cool. I think somebody will eventually do that. And, you know, if you're going to come down on Lake of the Ozark, you got to get on a boat. So I was just thinking, well, if you're renting the other house and the boat's right there, we could just climb in that boat instead of having you come down to our other home, which is an extra 30-minute drive for you guys. Here we are. All right. Snip this up. Snip. Would love to come and meet you. Gonna cost me $1,000 just for a flight from the UK. Oh, man. I want to go to the UK. I want to go see the UK. Wheezing. I want to see all the really old buildings in the UK. I think if you came down here from the UK, you're going to get addicted to the weather, though. We have really hot, warm weather in Missouri in the summertime. And you jump in the water, and the water's going to be as warm as a bathtub. It's going to be like 80 degrees, 90 degrees. That water temperature out here gets crazy high. Very, very warm. Oop, there we are. All right, cool. Look at that. You got a stamped card right off the bat. Nice pull. But I've looked into the UK's weather quite a lot. And you guys have a colder climate. You guys... In the summertime, when you guys reach weather that we normally reach every single year out here, for you guys, you call it record weather. But for us, that's just like every summer. Mr. Sven. What was that? Something made a noise. Mr. Sven. Grab this. So I think something I would miss if I lived in the UK full time, I would definitely miss the warmer weather in Missouri. Missouri gets weather that's kind of similar to like southern Germany. Almost like Italy, actually. Yeah, Missouri has that very hot weather in the summertime, but there's this large period of time between, I would say July, August. June, July, August are the hot months. But the months in between that, they could be really nice, actually. Okay, Matthew White, last spot in the Abra Mini. Matthew? Nature Paradise State, lots of nature, nice snow, 18 inches. No, actually, it doesn't get that good of snow. Missouri, our winters can actually be somewhat warm. And then we usually get a very cold winter in January and February. It gets quite cold out here. And then we do get some snow. If we're lucky, we get snow around Christmas, but usually it doesn't last more than a week. So we get very mild winters and then very hot summers. That's how it's been out here in Missouri. So if you live out here in Missouri, you got to have AC. I got 2 air conditioners on this home. We have 2 air conditioner units. And that's just how important the air conditioning is because it gets so damn hot. 3, 4, 5. I look up the weather for you right now if you want. Of course, for people in Europe, you're not going to make any sense of it because it's going to be in Fahrenheit. Winter is freezing and the wind is crazy sometimes. Oh, yeah. So out in the UK, it's pretty cold, huh? Or are you talking about Missouri? Missouri will actually get something called tornadoes, but we're not in the area that normally gets the tornadoes, but it's still possible. Can I get a number? Crazy wind. I like the cold, so it doesn't matter to me. But I think I will miss some of that summer fun, you know what I mean? How much are you renting out the other house for? I need to look it up because the property manager told me what it was some time ago. I can't remember what it was. I thought it was like $200 a night or something like that. It's a whole home, and it's got a dock attached to the lake. So, I mean, that's not bad. It's like a luxury, right? 1, 2. There you go. 1, 2. A buckle my shoe. Sven on 1. Oh, I'm sorry, Sven. Zachary Stex. Eric J. Lopez. Oh my God, is it going to be Matthew White? Matthew White! Congratulations, Matthew, on spot number 5. He snipes the Sabrina Zabro. You will miss your home and pay a shitload of taxes. Oh, that's what kills me, man, is the taxes. Ugh, the taxes kills me. I would pay them. I've thought about this a lot. I would pay those taxes as long as I know that the United Kingdom's government is a very pro-nationalist government. I would pay those taxes. I got to know that the United Kingdom is in it for the United Kingdom, so that my money goes into the pocket of the government, and then the government gives it back to the people. But if the government's doing all this other weird stuff, I'm not so into that. So then I'd say, like, what are we doing, man? Why you want my money just to give it out to people who don't like me, or to take my money and spend it on endless wars or spend it on some other stupid project? So if it was, especially if that money was going toward building new cities, all right, I'm in. I'll do it. But that's it. It's got to be toward building something in that country, the country that I'm living in. You know what I mean? So I've thought about the whole high taxes thing. Because, you know, interestingly, Japan and China have a lot of taxes too. But Japan and China are almost completely homogenous. And they actually do have some of the most advanced cities in the entire world right now. Like, you ever see some of China's new cities? Have you ever looked? They're crazy. The buildings are gigantic. They're futuristic. They've been built recently. And the cities are clean and vibrant and beautiful. And they're loaded with people. And so if I'm Chinese living in China and the government is taking like 40% of my paycheck, at least I know it's going, that all that money is going to build my own country. So they're using that money to build China with. If you got like let's say I was living in Europe and my money is basically just charity for some other country, I'd be like, well, I don't want to, let's build our country. That's the point of this money. I work here. I make my sacrifices here. I don't want my money to be used for, substance abuse. I don't want my money to be used for doing charity for other countries. I don't hate other countries. It's just that, but this is my money. I worked for it. So it should be used to develop cities in this country that we're working so hard for. And governments really aren't into that in the West. I don't know what the deal is. Governments in the West don't like that kind of stuff anymore. I don't know where they make all the money disappear with social services and stuff like that, but I don't know how China does it. China does it better, I guess. Japan is the same way. So Japan, very homogenous. They're a little island, and they just got these massive, beautiful cities, and the government takes like 40% of your paycheck, just scoops it right up. So, but again, I think that money gets spent on Japan. and Japan protects itself. You know what I mean? So if Europe was like that, maybe I wouldn't feel so bad about paying the taxes. And I don't feel that Europe's like that. I feel like Europe's is sort of like, it's doing a thing that America's doing. It's doing a globalism thing, and I'm not really hot on globalism. I think it's terrible, actually. I think globalism. Well, the whole point of having a country was not to be globalist. Why even have borders, right? You have borders to say this is us, this is our group. We aren't the whole world. We're one specific group. That's the whole point of borders. So this is us. And so to open that back up and be like, no, we're the whole world. Let's just pay for everyone's stuff. It's like, I guess. You can afford it. I don't know how you're going to afford it. It doesn't really add up. The math does not make sense. Not from my perspective. All right, guys. Well, we're out of orders, and that was a silly little rant about taxation, which we're always talking about. What are taxes? I might actually come down some weekend. Is it listed on Airbnb, says Tim Stodgel. It's not listed yet, but it is to be listed, I think, like this week or something. The property manager says it's like 99% done, and that they're gonna like call me for the final step or something like that. And yeah, it's all furnished and everything. So I guess when it's 100% done and it is listed, maybe I'll drop the address for you guys, and you guys can check it out on Airbnb or wherever it gets listed. If you earned over 100,000 pound, you pay 40% taxes. Well, it's more than that. So at 100,000 pound, you pay more than that. You start paying 40% taxes at, it's like 50,000 pound, isn't it? Hold on, let me look it up. All right. UK Parliament. This isn't a good website. It's so funny when the government's own websites don't really make it easy to understand. Here's gov.uk. Here we go. Oh, here goes. So the basic rate is between 12 and 50,000. 20% tax rate. So you can earn up to 50,000 pound, 20%. And then it's between 50 to 125 that you actually pay 40. So I would be paying a lot of this. And then the additional rate goes even higher. So it goes even up by 5% more. That's a lot of money. Most of our taxes go to welfare. For 200, mister, you got me. Yeah, I think it's going to be around 200, I'm pretty sure. And I want to show you United States taxes. Now, United States tax rate assumes you'll pay for your own education, and it assumes you'll pay for your own medicine too, right? So keep that in mind. But we take home more pay. And so we're supposed to be able to afford that. Here it is. Is this right? All right, so check this out. A very different rate. Remember, you guys start paying 20% right away. So in the U.S., if you're only making 10%, or 20, if you're only making 10,000 single or 20,000 married, you pay a really small 10%. You don't really pay much. And then most people are going to be married, right? So let's just look down this list. So between 20 and 80,000, you only pay 12%. So you have quite a lot of money left over for healthcare. And then this is the crazy part. So I'm affected by this, married, filing jointly, all the way up to $178,000, only 22%. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. Because if I move to your country of the UK, which I would like to, I start paying, instead of 22%, I'm going to start paying 40%. And if I make over 125,000 pound, your tax code said that I would pay 45% on that last portion. And let's say you're making the big bucks. Still only 24%, up to 340,000, 24%. Let's see, to get to your point, look at this. You would have to make over $600,000 jointly to pay the 37%. That is a huge difference. Do you understand? Because when you start working with those big numbers, if you're only paying a much smaller fraction of taxes on those big numbers, your take-home pay is gigantic compared to what you would do in the UK. And so the UK could be collecting taxes on me, and I could be selling Pokemon cards globally and bringing money into the UK, and I could be spending my money in the local economy of the UK because I'd like to consider living over there. But why would I? I'm just going to take a massive pay cut to live over there. Does it, right? Like, it doesn't make financial sense to move to the UK, sadly, even though I'd really like to consider it. I'd like to, I shop your homes. I look at the places you live. I like the culture a lot. So I really consider it. But every time I look at that math equation, I go, really? What are they going to do with all that money? What are they doing? And I'm not sure what they would do with it all. If everything was free and people had to work for the free things, never be no need for money. If people had to work for the free things, well, then it's not free. Scarstar says, don't move here. You're better off there. Coke here when you retire. Move here when you retire. Yeah, so I mentioned that to my wife. I said, maybe when we retire and we don't have any more taxable income, we can just move over there. But you know what I'd really like to do? I'd like to have my kids in the UK. That's what I'd like. So I'd like to have kids in the UK and send them to school there and not to the American schools out here, which they're fine. In Lake of the Ozarks, the schools are fine. It's just maybe I like the culture in the UK, and that's it. I'm single and in the 24% bracket. Gotta get married, man. I'm moving to Watford in 2 months. King Charles needs more money. Yes, he needs more money, please. I'd like to have some more money. Yeah, but I don't think it goes mostly to King Charles. It most likely is going to the UK's cripplingly expensive healthcare and education. And here are my thoughts. So if you've got to charge that much taxes and your country is still struggling to pay all those bills, that means that you have too many people taking and not enough people giving. That it's a simple math equation. And the U.S. has the same problem. We just raised our debt ceiling. And the point I would come back to is that this always happens with socialism. You eventually run out of money. It always happens. Because when it's just people voting to give themselves stuff, they go, why don't we just give ourselves more stuff? And then you bankrupt the treasury. It happens for every single civilization. It has happened the same way. You eventually bankrupt the country because you figured out you can give yourself stuff and you spend more than you make, and then the country is crippled by debt. And then it collapses. So it happens like over and over and over again in history. And yet the average American and maybe the average British person doesn't really care. They just go, oh, yeah, well, look at the rich people. They got a lot of money. So we could just raise taxes on them and that'll go fine. It really doesn't. You're losing you should be taxing me. I should be over there making money for you guys, but you lost my business. And probably so many other people who would consider going back to the UK or moving there for the first time. Instead, you guys have one of the largest outflow of millionaires who are trying to escape the retirement tax. The death tax. So when you pass away in the UK, 50% of your belongings instantly go to the government. So a lot of older wealthy people, right? Because all your money is made when you're old. That's when you make your big bucks, is when you're real old. So they're all moving out of the UK to go to places like Australia, or America's real popular still. Canada's somewhat popular. They're moving out of the UK to escape that death tax. And you guys don't really understand how expensive that is, to go from collecting taxes on a millionaire every single year to collecting exactly $0 on that same millionaire. Nothing. The moment they leave your country, you make no money on them. So it is not the case that you can just always raise taxes. There is a threshold, a tipping point, where now you make nothing on them because they're going, I don't know, why don't I just move to Florida in the U.S.? I don't know, just live in Florida. I'm going to move to the UAE. Freshly made cities, beautiful. They got no tomfoolery over there, and they got very low taxes. I just move to the UAE. When you're a millionaire, you're one of the most mobile people in the world. You can move wherever you want to move. Once you're a millionaire or like a multi-millionaire, right? You just move where you want. And so I feel like a lot of the common people don't understand this sort of, what would be the word? Is sort of a, is a problem where you think that there's some nuclear button you can push to take the money from the wealthy, but this isn't like the 1800s where you're going to eat the wealthy. It's a very different world now. Scottstar says, we lose a lot of businesses due to taxation. Marshall says America just turns on the fake paper money machine. Well, that's why the rest of the world should dump the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar should not be the world reserve currency. I'm an American, and I benefit from the world using the U.S. dollar because our government just gets to print money all the time and cause inflation in those other countries. So we're basically stealing from the other countries when we print money because they're all holding dollars. They've got whatever X amount of U.S. dollars. So they all sit on U.S. cash so that they can trade goods back and forth. Well, when we print money, we don't just inflate it for our own people, we inflate it across the world. This is why the U.S. dollar is basically a joke nowadays and should be dumped and replaced with a better currency. And it will happen probably in our lifetime because Americans are too stupid to vote against that. We will not vote against it. We just think, oh my God, there's so much free money in the world, I can just vote to be rich. We gave Ukraine how much just a few months ago that we didn't even have? Oh, yeah, so we gave them cash, but we also gave them a lot of military equipment that cost us cash to produce and to manufacture. Yes, we lost billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Everything going to other countries. True, Russia's our eternal enemy, and we don't want them just running around land-grabbing countries because that would be a change in the world order, basically. The war has to come to an end. My daddy's a millionaire. My dad works at Nintendo, says Alex. Great conversation, guys. Really interesting stuff. If the UK lowered their taxes, man, I would so be considering moving there if they lowered their taxes. The other thing is, if America raises their taxes to be like the UK, what's my incentive to stay here? So if the US is dumb enough to become an actual socialist paradise like Bernie Sanders wants, I would just be considering moving away. UAE would probably also be an option for me. I'd be looking at UAE. I'd be looking at Switzerland. I'd be looking at Austria, New Zealand, and maybe Australia, and definitely maybe UK as well. At least UK gave us some good bands. I love all the music and art that comes out of the UK. I think the United Kingdom is like gifted at art because we get so much of our art from the UK. Another thing that Americans don't think about, the people who come over here and make a lot of the art over here in the United States, they have British heritage. So something special about the British. They make a lot of art. Same with Ireland and Scotland. They make a lot of art over there. Ozzy Osbourne. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun. I'm going to hop off now. I will see you guys in the walking stream. I'll take a little break first, but then I'll see you guys in the walking stream. See you later.